कैसे हैं आप? अच्छे हैं? तो समय बहुत कम है, काम बहुत करना है, इसलिए आप अपनी अपनी सीटों को पकड़ लें, क्योंकि सीट फुल है, कोई दूसरा सीट नहीं ले ले। और आज स्वर्णिम मौका है, गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है आपके पास। एक ऐसी शख्सियत मुंबई आई हुई है। वैसे तो मुंबई में ऐसे ही बाहर है, पर मजा तो तब है जब साथ कुमार है। तो एक ऐसी शख्सियत आई है जिसको सुनना, देखना, उसके जलवे सब आप पसंद करते हैं। लेकिन आज वो शख्सियत अपने व्यक्तित्व के साथ, विथ हिज पर्सनैलिटी, ही हैज कम विथ ए यूनिक विजडम, एक अलग किस्म की बुद्धिमत्ता के साथ वो शख्सियत आया है। और आज वो आपके साथ सच में कम्युनिकेशन स्थापित करना चाहता है, संवाद स्थापित करना चाहता है। टुडे इट्स नॉट मैटर ऑफ दैट ही इज वेरी मच इफिशिएंट, ही इज आल्सो वेरी इफेक्टिव। और आज वो आपके साथ प्रभावी बनना चाहते हैं। आज वो अपने पिछले 18 घंटे की यात्रा और 8-10 घंटे के जगने को भूल जाना चाहते हैं, और अगले 1 से 1.5 घंटे में आपके पूरे बिजनेस को एक नई दिशा देना चाहते हैं। आप अभी तक जो भी कर रहे हैं वो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन शायद उससे भी बहुत अच्छा अभी आया नहीं है, और वो लेकर आपके सामने आएंगे। वो दोस्तों, चेंज इज इनएविटेबल, परिवर्तन ही शाश्वत है, जीवन का सच परिवर्तन है। और इस परिवर्तन को समय रहते जो लोग स्वीकार करते हैं, ग्रोथ, वृद्धि उन्हीं की होती है। पीवीआर में देखने वाला आदमी नेटफ्लिक्स पे चला ही गया है, और घर में रहने वाला आदमी फ्लैट्स में चला ही गया है। चीजें आपके अनुरूप अनुपालन होती ही हैं। समय पर अगर आप कर लें तो आपसे बुद्धिमान कोई नहीं है। लेकिन ये कैसे, और ये बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस कैसे, उसी को बताने के लिए शख्सियत है। मैं चाहता हूं आप उनके लिए अपना सर्वश्रेष्ठ उत्साह दीजिए, बेस्ट एक्साइटमेंट दीजिए। एंड आई एम हियर टू लिसन आल्सो। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, इज द टाइम टू कॉल नन अदर देन फाउंडर्स डबल डायमंड, कुमार शिवराम।
Thank you. Let's settle down, settle down, settle down. Okay, chalo. Okay, good. Please sit down, everybody. जाके बैठ जाइए, please. Today we are webcasting this. How many new launches we have? People that are in the business for, let's say, 4-5 months or less. Can you stand up, please? Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, so you went through a process, right? Yes? You went through multi-step process, and you qualified, you got the offer. So I want to congratulate you for getting into one of the best businesses in the world, okay? So today I'm not here to just, please have a seat. I'm not here just to market the business to you, okay? Yes, it is the best way to build an asset in the world, but I'm going to be very truthful to you about it. Okay, what is the history of network marketing? Because when you go out there, you have our support, you have a very strong mentorship program through Brit Worldwide, but you're still going to face some challenges. And we want to prepare you for that, okay? Because you have to know the history of any business. History is always important. It was not my favorite subject in school, but it is important when you want to know, because if you don't know your history, you're destined to make the same mistakes again, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to be as truthful as possible to you, but to give you a background, those of you who don't know, I grew up in Chembur. Okay, I went to school there, General Education Academy, and every day I am grateful for everything, okay? In fact, Thursday was Thanksgiving Day in the US, which is a US historical holiday, but we take it, it has got a story to it, you know, but people take that opportunity just to be grateful for everything, right? Gratitude should be a habit, I think, because habits are formed because you like the way something feels, right? People eat the same food again and again, or even do bad things like drink too much or smoke, or it's all because of what? The first time they did it, or the few times they did it, they start to like it. And when you like something, you put yourself in a position where you get more and more of it, yeah? If you're grateful, you will put yourself in a position to be more and more grateful, which can only happen if good things happen to you, yeah? So it's all called the law of attraction, how you program yourself. So I'm always grateful for every day. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my childhood. Grew up, my dad worked for the government, my mom housewife, two older sisters. One of them is here right now with my brother-in-law. And we had a middle class upbringing, a lot of happiness, not much money, right? Okay, now my children and your kids are all growing up with all these gadgets that they can operate better than us. When we grew up, we had only one gadget in the house, no refrigerator, even only ceiling fan. And I couldn't reach the switch. Okay, it's a different world today, right? Okay. And see, we have a fantastic business, okay, because there is no black money here, right? In fact, I've had pure upbringing in India. I was never exposed to any black money. You need money first, right, to have black money. And I never bribed a policeman or anything like that. Traffic violation, because for traffic violation, bribing, you need two things. You need a vehicle and you need money. We didn't have either, okay? So, but a very happy childhood, very positive childhood. Then I did my, after that I went to SIS college for my +2. Then I went down south, Regional Engineering College, Trichy for engineering. I did my bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering. And then I went to US to do my master's in computer engineering. My thesis was in database management for a biomedical application. I have publications in the computerized medical imaging and graphics journal. And then I worked for a big company called Gemini America. I mean, if you want the details, go listen to my story, okay? Because I really didn't, suddenly I had an epiphany, after I did my master's, I thought I want to go into acting. So I went to the Temple University School of Drama. I was in Drexel University. I went to Temple University. I met the chairman. And I said, I want to get into acting. He said, you're crazy. He said, I'm trying to get into computer science. So I made a deal with God. I said, I'm going to send out one resume. Only one resume I'm going to send out. If I get that job, I will assume that you want me to sit in a cubicle. Then I sent out one resume to the company called Gemini America. I got my job. I said, what have you got against me? But God had a plan, and that's where I met my sponsor, Manipal Reddy. And then I got into this, and those of you who launched through the multi-step process, I want to tell you, we didn't do that. We had a process, but it was not as elaborate as what you have. Business has evolved over the years. I got in the distinguished company of people like Manipal and Renuka Reddy. Both were IT professionals. Their upline, Praveen and Madhu Cheda. Praveen is not with us anymore, but Madhu Cheda, just make this point. Remember, we talk about asset-based income to create security. There is no better example than Madhu Cheda. Because after Praveen passed away, she didn't have to worry about anything financially. In fact, her son has also quit his job and he built their business together, merged the business. I don't know if they're merged, it's two independent businesses, but with his mom. And they have, that is, right there is a fantastic proof, testimonial for our business. So what happens if you X yourself out? What happens in your traditional business or your job if something happens to you? It's a great example. Then we have Dr. Kanti Gala and Lata Gala. Lata Gala was an administrative director of nuclear medicine in a hospital. Kanti Gala is a PhD in nuclear medicine. Now, I want to tell you that typically network marketing, at least in the US, I don't know till we got into the business, till Kanti Gala got into the business, I don't know of many professionals that got into the network marketing industry in general. It was usually not professionals, okay? Usually it was not highly educated people. There were some before us, like Dr. Hal Newball, and who was nominated for the Nobel Prize, and he was Nobel Prize nominee, and some other few people, some attorneys we had. But by and large, the concentration of qualified professionals happened in this line of sponsorship. And if you go all the way to Bill and Peggy Britt, Bill Britt himself was, he had a master's in civil engineering, okay? He was educated, and he's got one of the biggest, Bill and Peggy. Bill passed away a few years ago, but Peggy is got, again, one more example of what asset-based income can do, and she's in her 80s now. She doesn't even come to all the meetings, and obviously not. But she's got a tremendous, real solid, massive income through this business. Okay, and we have been amply blessed. My wife Anjali and we have 3 daughters, and I'll tell you, my wife and I do not know life outside this business, because I was emerald when I met her, when we met through Ajay and Alka, who are diamonds, who I launched them in the business, and Alka's sister is Anjali. So I told my dad I met the girl I'm going to marry through the business, and he thought I picked her out of the catalog. So we don't know life outside this business. We only know one side of network marketing, okay? And that side is how to build it right. We've always built it right. Why am I saying this? I will tell you these new launches, okay? To build this business, you need guts. To build any business, you need guts. Here, you don't need to give up your job. You don't need to invest a lot of money, but it's still a lot of hard work. I won't lie to you, okay? You need guts in any business. But in this business, you need a special type of guts. You need Lagan type of guts, which means, how many of you like to support the underdog? The one who is fighting, small group of people fighting against the big establishment. And they win, right? समझ में आ रहा है ना आपको? जो मूवीज में हम देखते हैं, कोई छोटा ग्रुप होता है जिनका चांस नहीं होता है, लेकिन वो बड़े से टकराते हैं और जीत जाते हैं, जैसे कोई अमिताभ बच्चन हो या जो भी हो, right? And we get excited, right? Do we get excited? You should get that DNA in you, because network marketing is still a minority. Okay? And see, I want to talk to you about this thing called the process, okay? The steps we have. I don't even want to call it process anymore. I want to call it best practices with a lot of common sense. Okay? Because the moment we say the process, okay, people who have been building it for a long time, they resist it, which is totally understandable. When it came about, we resisted it too. But basically, we have always built Kanti Gala, we have always built solid businesses, which means we have always treated people with respect. We have never chased volume. We have never fought for volume on the last day of the month, ever. Ever. Okay? Because we built the business solid. It's just that for us to articulate what we know and how to teach it and duplicate it, it took a while. It took some evolution. And now we have come up with a 6-step process. Okay? And we want to let you know, those of your launch is relatively new. Why am I saying this? Because network marketing in general, right? In general, does not have the greatest reputation. Do you know how you know that? Those of you who are in network marketing now, how many of you are in network marketing? When I name another network marketing company, what is your attitude? What are you thinking in your mind? Huh? Something is wrong, yeah? Even we think like that about other network marketing, yes? Okay? So that is the truth, okay? Why is that? Because in the absence of mentorship and a process, what people do is sign people up randomly. This is the epidemic in network marketing, okay? Cost is low, people are signing up without even knowing what it is because low cost. You will hear that, you will even hear about that itself. A lot of people that we teach requirements on how to present the plan, how not to exaggerate income, how to be truthful. But you know what? It gets diluted in excitement. Why? Because the guy who is implementing it in network marketing, typically, they just sign people up, man. People sign up without knowing what they're getting into. Why? No, we have zero cost here, right? Sign up cost. Some of them have low startup cost. So just sign up people randomly. And you're going to run into those people. And when they tell you, I know about network marketing, mere ko sab malum hai, it's dangerous. Because we don't know what they're saying yes to. Okay? For example, if you're colorblind and you think green is blue, and you tell me that is blue, I don't know what you mean. Because I don't know you're colorblind. Alright? How many of you heard the Hathi and Andhon ka? Elephant and blind people. Have you heard that story? No, so these blind people have never seen an elephant before. So one guy grabs the leg, he says it's a pillar. One guy grabs the tail, he says it's a rope. One guy grabs the trunk, he says it's a snake. One guy grabs the ear, says it's a fan. They're all wrong, yeah? So what happens is that people sign people up randomly, people don't know what they're in. Number 2, okay, what is your name, boss? Saurabh. Who launched you in the business? What is your name? Yash and? Who are you then? Yash. And who are they? They are applying to you? Okay. Sheetal and Kshitija, right? Okay, no, don't stand up. Classroom nahi hai yaar, better. Okay. So you just, do you know the terms of the partnership? Do you know what is expected of you in this business when you launched? No? Did you tell him? Not yet. Yes, you did. Has he told you, do you know what you're getting into? Do you know what is expected of you to succeed? Some idea you have, right? Okay. I'm afraid to ask you what, because you sound really... Okay, have a seat. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. But normally, how many of you are new launches here that you know what is expected of you? Yes? How many of you are new launches, you started the business but you don't know what is expected of you? ऐसा कोई है जिनको पता नहीं है कि ये बिजनेस में किस लिए आए हैं और क्या आपसे एक्सपेक्टेशन है हमारी? You know anybody? Okay, that should be the case. See, some people are in transition into the process in the country, so maybe there might be a couple of people here who don't fully know. But see, transparency is not there. Normally in network marketing, there's no transparency. Nobody tells you what you're getting into. Nobody prepares you for partnership. Nobody cares what you're going through. For example, your candidate could have heart operation next month or next week. They don't care. They'll sign you up and say, operation se pehle order kar lo product. फटाफट तुम्हारा क्या होएगा पता नहीं. I don't know what's going to happen to you. You better order before the operation. That is a typical problem with network marketing, because we try to keep out the idiots, but they get in. Okay. So there's a reputation issue. Another thing is exaggerated income. I'll tell you, the network marketing company nobody should ever get into. Somebody shows you a check, don't get into that business. Because they're selling you something. Okay, they're selling you a load of crap. Even though the check might be right, it's a wrong approach. I don't want you to get in because I am doing well. I want you to get in because you're good enough for my team. Hello? Okay? So there is a reputation issue. Why? Because people are not open, they're not transparent. In network marketing in general, not this team. Okay? But you'll run into that. Every time you say network marketing, somebody will say, malum hai. Which is true in other areas. Actually, it's justified. If you had gone through the other stuff, then they will make people buy products. They will just call them to buy products. They won't teach them how to market the products. They'll just say, volume chahiye. They don't care how you do it. They don't care if the guy mortgages mother-in-law. So this is why you will hear in network marketing, if people who have failed before, they'll say, "Arey yaar, I know my uncle, he bought all these products and he didn't know what to do with it." That's a typical network marketing complaint. Not in our business though, not in this team. And another stressful thing, see, when you sign up a lot of people, say, you will make money. And then they realize that they really won't. Unless they work. You know what they do? Zero. They do nothing. And then you have hundreds of people in your group doing 0, 0, 0, 0. That's another network marketing issue. Because if people are not educated, there was a very famous cricketer, I won't name him, at that time, who got into the business when 1998. Everybody was excited that he got in the Bangalore area. And thousands of people signed up. Because famous cricketer at that time. Well, he was not at that time, but before that he was. Okay? So he thought he's going to get rich because of his credibility. Nahi hota hai, boss. People will sign up because of your credibility. But people will not work hard because of your credibility. Hello? So it became a problem. Then another famous actor I met here who was buying vitamins from somebody in the group, he asked me at the Taj Land's End, okay, he said, "Why don't I just start building this business? I said, no. I said, no, because you will get in, same thing will happen. You will get in, you will find out it is not, you'll have to go to people's houses and all. You're not going to do it. You know? And then what is going to happen? You're going to quit. There's going to be more negative than if you didn't get in at all. Yeah? Okay. So these are some of the issues with network marketing. Okay? And I believe that we have totally resolved them. We have the solution to that. Okay? Another problem is last day of the month. Last day of the month, people start going crazy. In the beginning of the month, they are Gandhi. And the last day of the month, they are Gabbar. And his wife is Chandramukhi in the first day of the month and Jwalamukhi the last one. They just change, and then what happens is a character issues show up. When somebody is desperately trying to push volume, and somebody else is doing something, though you look the other way, like you don't know. Everybody's looking the other way. This is a character issue. Then what happens is the next generation, your kids don't want to build it. Hello? It's very possible to do it with this business here, but that's why we have the process. Okay, to resolve all these issues that have plagued the network marketing industry for a long time. Okay, that is why we have best practices. Okay, so we had all these steps. Why? Because first of all, we want to prepare people for partnership and let them know that this is not a business that you can get in and just walk around and succeed. No business is like that, right? Okay. Second, we want to let them know what it takes. How do you prepare for partnership? Okay, what it takes. What are the costs you can expect reasonably? Okay, because any business has got capital costs and operating costs. Yeah? What are those? What can you expect it to be? What are our expectations from you? We also address red flags. Red flags means what? Something is coming up in your life, so that is why we have these meetings. Somewhere along those meetings, there is a meet and greet one. If you qualify after that, you get to read a book. The book itself is not that important, guys. There are some good concepts in it. It can be any book. Why did we pick Business of the 21st Century? Because it's relevant, okay? And it's not about Kiyosaki. I don't follow Kiyosaki. If I follow Kiyosaki, I'll end up doing real estate. And you do end up doing real estate, you can lose money. But he has done a good job of describing network marketing. That's about it in that book. But it could be any other book. It could be Parable of the Pipeline. It could be Prosumer Power. Right now, because we are in the business of duplication, we have picked that book. Because if everybody starts using different books, it'll be confusion. So we have a meet and greet one where we meet with you, we talk to you, we get to know you a little better, and we find out who's influencing your decisions. Because that's another thing that could happen is that we spend all this time, we start working with you, and then you say, my mother-in-law won't let me do it. My wife doesn't want to. All our time and energy is wasted. So we address those. We find out. If you're getting married next week, then we say, you know what, this is not a good time for you. Okay, right? Sometimes, like I said, in other network marketings, even if you're having a heart attack during MG1, he'll get a product from you. Before the ambulance comes, he'll get your credit card. Okay? So we want to address those flags. We want to prepare you totally, tell you what our expectations are. And also make sure that you don't buy and stock products that you don't need. That's a big one. What should happen to the products that you buy? First is you sell, right? Second is you use. You might have a little bit of inventory. You might give some samples to your customers or something like that. But we want that to be pretty pure, because there you can make a mistake too. You can get too excited and start buying things because you want to reach a goal. We don't want you to do that, because it has a ripple effect. So what we do is something different, okay? We are concerned about your overall well-being. Now, we don't interfere in people's lives, but we're able to help. Like there was a guy that we were talking to recently, and by the way, I just want to let you know that we refined the process, and these 6 steps we really launched in India after we went through it in US, made sure everything was successful, and we launched it here. So yesterday I met some people at the airport who were building the business before and now, and I asked them, what if I got up on Shanmugananda Hall stage and I said, let's go back to building the business without the process. What would your reaction be? They said, Kumar, we are in submission to you, we are in mentorship to you, but that's when we will stop listening to you. Nobody wants to go back and build the business another way. Nobody. Not one person. Because it is best practices. This is something that we want. This is something that you want. You want a business where you're not even thinking about it, guys. Once you build it, it should not be that even the EDC is at the last day of the month, exhausted, trying to get that 6th leg over, 3rd leg over. That is not the way. I have never built my business like that. Never. We are founders double diamond on the first day of the month. Okay? And today, we teach people, listen, we don't want you to get in and do nothing. So if that's your plan, please don't get in. There are plenty of other network marketing companies. They are trying to poach our people anyway. So go there. You know, we can even give them phone numbers of people. We have blocked them from our WhatsApp group, but we still have the numbers. Okay. So we are explaining to people now. What does that mean? There's a volume. So we reason with people that if you are going to get in, you are building an asset through a process of duplication, right? So you know the plan, right? You remember the 100 points that we show, right? In reality, we want to teach you how to come up to 200 per month, and eventually even 500 per month. But we want to start you off with 100 PV in the first few days of the month, first 5. Why? We do it first day of the month in the US. Why do we do first 5 days in India? Why? Promotion, right? Okay, let me tell you guys. I want to teach you what B quadrant mentality means. Okay? What does it mean in the context of this business? First, there is a lot of things, but there are two things you got to watch out for. See, E quadrant is completely cluttered. E quadrant is where all the confusion is. Okay. All these sales that you have, you know, Diwali sale, this sale, that. Which quadrant is that for? E quadrant, right? S quadrant guy is a doctor. He's a IT consulting company owner. He or she is a engineering consulting firm or a dentist. They have no time for sales. They're probably sleeping on Diwali. They're so tired, working, doctor, this, that. Even their eyes might be open, inside they're sleeping. They have no time. The I quadrant, the B quadrant guy, the traditional B quadrant guy, he's the one that is selling the products. He's the one that is sale. And the I quadrant guy is also doing that. I mean, in US, people are wasting so much time. You tell me, when Trump was getting elected, people wasting energy. You know, fighting in the living room. One guy is saying Trump is, if you say you like Trump, you're finished. Okay, so they are fighting in the, which quadrant is fighting in the living room? Which quadrant? S quadrant guy has no time to fight. No time. He's running from pillar to post, 15 hours working, emergency room, this, that. Right, today only we were talking about, Ashish and Mamta. Where's Ashish? There he is. Yeah, she couldn't come because she's in an emergency room. What is she? What is she? Gynecologist. Okay? Something happened, emergency, this, that. So, that guy had no time. S quadrant guy. You know what the S quadrant is? You know what the B quadrant guy is doing? Listen to me. B quadrant guy, traditional B quadrant, is writing a check to Trump and Hillary. Big businesses. Big businesses don't care if it is BJP or Congress. Who is fighting in the living room? Who's fighting? Who's fighting? All the energy. It's a wasted time. See, to the average person, it makes no difference, boss. Who becomes prime minister? You should go vote. That's how it should. No point in arguing in the living room. Kya milne wala usse? What are you going to get out of just fighting in the living room? It's like this, two wives are talking. One wife says, in my house, I make all the minor decision. My husband makes all the major decision. Says, what minor decision you make? She says, investments, when to buy a house, children's care, parents' care, when to go for vacation, how much budget for everything, all I make. Investment, yeah, everything I make. Then what? That's all. Those are the minor decisions. What your husband makes then? Major decision. Oh, you don't know. So what do you mean? Every Sunday he sits in the living room, gets a 6-pack of beer with his friends, and they decide big things. Like what? What should Trump do in Syria? E quadrant. Huh? That's where all the confusion is. How about, let me say, I have worked for this company for 20 years. They should have given me the promotion, but they promoted somebody junior to me. Which quadrant is that? Your problem is in the wrong quadrant. I am a woman, so I got discriminated. Which quadrant are you in? The problem is not that you're a woman, you're old, you're young. you're in the wrong quadrant. Sometimes you may not get promoted because you're fat. If you are in the S quadrant or B quadrant, you can be fat as Shanmugananda. You're still the boss. Who's Netflix for? Netflix. Anybody watch Netflix? YouTube, by the way, YouTube, recently, a few years ago, I think, when one video ends, they start the next one. E quadrant guy does not know he can hit pause. अरे बाथरूम जाना है शुरू हो गया क्या करूं अरे hit pause they know you will not hit pause that is why they play the video and they put advertisements in it they make money coupons advertisement who's that for which quadrant because the S quadrant has no B quadrant is the guy making the advertisements and I is happy I is not doing I is the eventual goal by the way that's where you want to be and you make a lot of money through B you're going to I. Okay. So there is a lot of confusion in the B quadrant. And that is where the mindset comes in, you know. He said, you got to get out of all that. Netflix is doing the same thing as YouTube now. They start playing the next video immediately. Before you select, they never play. Now your moment you come to that, they start playing the movie. What should I do? What should I do? 3 hours gone. I'm telling you, mindset means I'm going to protect my brain, I'm going to protect my dollars, I'm going to protect where my loyalty goes. So when we come back to this budget-based, how we help people think. First thing is brand name. Which quadrant gets excited about brand names? Oh, Colgate is a toothpaste. Not that it's bad. You know, detergent ka naam bolo ya bahar ka? Huh? Ariel, okay, I don't know whatever, you know, I don't know, I only know one detergent, mine, finished. I'm like Bill Gates. You think Bill Gates will walk around with an iPad? I have an iPad Pro, fantastic. I love that product because now you can write with it, it's beautiful. But poor Bill Gates can never own it. He won't buy it. Because it's his competition, he's a B quadrant guy. You have to get out of it like that. Otherwise, you'll be stuck and broke for 50 years. So we teach people that. Another thing is price. We have very competitive products now, no question, okay? But it should not matter when you buy a business. When you buy a business, if you buy a store, you know, that sells general store, whatever you call it, convenience store, bolte hoda wahan pe, you know, like a small store. The one question you will never ask them if you're a savvy business buyer is, how much are you selling that Coca-Cola for? You will not base your decision on that because the Coca-Cola in the airport is going to be more expensive than the one in the general store. But you're not asking that question. You never buy a business based on price of products. You buy a business based on bottom line. That's all you need to know. The moment you start comparing prices, see, B quadrant people will not spend any energy justifying how their competition is better. Makes no sense. So, asset building means, hey, this is the company, this is the asset, right? I mean, if you buy a coffee, cafe day, what is the thing? Is that a franchise? Okay. If you buy a coffee cafe day, you have to buy coffee from them. You can't say, today I don't feel like drinking coffee, so no coffee. Tumhara business chopad ho jayega. Yes? Okay. You don't negotiate. You have to buy coffee. That is the asset. So the way I look at business is that I have to buy the asset so I can sell it. Hello? So that's the most important thing. Why get into business when you don't want to invest in the asset? What are you kidding me? Don't get in nothing. Hello? So now we teach people how to do 100 points in the first 5 days. If you're a true B quadrant guy, you will do the 100 points whether there is promotion or not. Who reacts to promotion? Which quadrant? But not, that doesn't mean we won't take it. As long as it has it, we'll take it, right? But what if they change? What if they say no promotion? Are you an entrepreneur or not? That is like if I have a coffee cafe day. Cafe day? Is that a name? Coffee day? Cafe day? Okay, it's a cafe day. And if they say coffee price increased, what am I going to do? I have to pay. Yes? I can't say no, 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 and start crying. Because then I'll be in the e-quadrant. You understand? So I say, this is the proven business. I'm not going to spend energy trying to reprove it. Okay? All sort of credible people are built. So I am going to buy this asset now. I want to buy this. So we are teaching people how to maybe, so I give you an example how we do this, okay? I was talking to somebody in Kerala through somebody else. I was doing a Zoom call. And I'm sure Gopi is watching this, okay? In his group, okay? He's really tearing it up with the process. But in his group, talking to someone, and that guy, he had never done budgeting before. Not that we're not financial advisors, okay? But we just tell them to look at their own expenses themselves. This guy realized that his combined income with his dad and him is 46,000 rupees, 46,000 rupees per month, but they're spending 51,000. Till he did the budget, he didn't even realize it. He was taking money from savings and spending it. So I said, look, ours is a debt-free asset building business. You are already minus 5,000. Okay? Now you also have to build an asset. 10,000 rupees you got to invest, which is 100 points, to get the products so you can sell it. How can you sell something without buying? And how can you be in business without products that you can sell? What's the point, right? Is there a requirement? No. But if I'm going to mentor you to build an asset and you do zero, what am I mentoring you for? And you have 1,000 people. What is 0 times 10 people? 0. What is 0 times 1,000 people? Bigger 0. So why am I mentoring you? For what am I mentoring you? My time is worth something, right? See, this kind of education, if you want, you can go to motivational courses like Shiv Khera or Anthony Robbins. I don't know how much Shiv Khera charges here, but Anthony Robbins will charge you $500 for the first seminar and $25,000. They'll keep taking you up and up and up and up. But I'm sure they add value to your life, okay? But there's no vehicle underneath. There's no business. There's no continued mentorship. See, these things you have to understand. If you have never built a traditional, have you built a traditional business before, Saurabh? How about your family? Are they in business or job? Job, right? So you're like me. If you don't know, sit. If you don't know anything about traditional business, okay, then you have no idea what you're getting when you get into a fantastic network marketing business backed with a good support system and mentorship. It is unbelievable what you get, the value you get back for your time and your investment. But we outlined the expectations. So I was talking to this guy, I said, how are you going to do this now? You're already minus 5,000. Okay? So maybe you have to get to see how you can cut down and at least you're not spending more money. See, most people don't do any budgeting. They write checks, they don't know idea where the money is going. Husband and wife write from the same account, but they have no idea what they're doing. Most people don't sit down and plan things. They do things arbitrarily. Yes, a lot of people have money, so they have enough to save and invest. But many people are what? Hand to mouth. Going from month to month, yeah? Many young people don't see any hope of buying a house. Yes? Or they find it very difficult to imagine that someday because they have no financial education. So this guy has a task that he has to find the $5,000 first, get back to even, then he has to find the $10,000, okay, and then there is also some operating costs. See, reasonable operating costs, okay. Brit Worldwide is an educational system. We have streaming touch, smart touch streaming. We have seminars. They are all optional. But you got to think with your brain, okay, is that if we did not have a system like this, how much would it cost you to go platinum? Imagine, today you are here, right? You live in Mumbai, right? So let's say your business takes you to Chennai. You launch somebody who launches somebody like if you don't have a system like this, what will you have to do for the guy in Chennai to keep him in the business? You'll have to go there many times. But if you have a system where they get the same education there that you get here, their costs are going to go down. So these are optional, but they're available to you. Okay? So there are some operating costs. With or without Brit Worldwide system, you'll have operating costs. My belief is that you'll have 5 times, 10 times the operating costs without Brit Worldwide. It'll cost you a lot of money to build the business. without Bit Worldwide, because you can't control where it's going to go. You don't even want to control where it goes, right? You don't want to say, my business only be in Chembur. How will that work? You can't control it. Yeah? Okay, so I told them, we need some money for operating costs. So where are you going to get this money? So we're having this discussion, rather than saying, you figure it out. So he started, I don't know what his plan is. I'm sure I've not followed up with Gopi on that, but there are other people that we say, you know what, maybe you start with 30 points, but you're still minus now. How are you going to increase it? So cut down your expense, see what you can cut out. See what you can cut out and put into your asset. Hello? And if need be, for some time, go get a job, second job, do something else. Because you may not be able to make a lot of money immediately through retail because you're still learning how to sell. Yeah? To get a job. This is the kind of education we're giving. So you don't find yourself in a situation like so many network marketing people have. Okay? Go get a job. Why? Because break even is not difficult in this business, guys. If you go eagle, which is you launch 6 people and a couple of more, let's say 10 people totally launch in your group, in my opinion, in most cases, I can't guarantee it, you will break even. You'll make as much money as you're spending to build the business, which is very quick compared to most traditional businesses. Every business will take time to break even. There's no business in the world, not even college. College, you keep on paying fees, right? For 4 years. After that, what happens? You may or may not get a job. Everything is like that. You got to put in before you get. Yes? Okay. So these are the reasons, guys. We go through the entire process. When you meet with people, you want to break the ice. I just don't want anybody to be in my business. I don't want to sell the business to them. I want them to sell themselves to me and see if they are good enough for my time. That's the way your attitude should be, Saurabh. In the beginning, it won't be like that. In the beginning, you'll be thinking, man, my uncle should get in, my cousin should get in, this one should get in. But try to fight that temptation. That kind of a thought process. Because you don't want people to just get in. Okay? People need to be educated, step by step by step. That is what we do. Okay? We eliminate every negative that I told you about so far with this process. Everything. We eliminate the need for chasing volume, because everybody that honors the partnership gets in and understands the business voluntarily. They quickly get to a point where they do 100 points in the first 5 days. How many people here do 100 points in the first 5 days of the month? Look at that. Look. Saurabh, look. Turn around. Okay? That's a pretty good number. So what happens? When you do it, it becomes predictable. Then you can teach others. See, this is the only business where you cannot teach somebody what you're not doing, because they'll find out like this. You can be an engineering professor where you've never been an engineer. You can teach. You cannot be a doctor unless you've been a doctor. You cannot teach medicine unless you're a doctor. At least I don't think so. Okay? This is like that. You can't teach people what you don't. Once you start honoring the partnership, once you start doing, 100 points in the first 5 to get to a point, and through mentorship, not through force. Okay, get to a point, financially responsible way, you do it. Hey, even with 100, if you launched, how many people do you need to reach 10,000 points? 100? 100. Okay, what if you did 200? Then how many people do you need? 50. So average 200, you launch 50 people, and if you have the right structure, we say go up to Eagle Plus or double Eagle by then, you will be way beyond break even with your expenses by then. Okay, so that is the practice that we're going to talk about, that I've been talking about, See, if you really understand why we are doing this, I'm telling you, people are happy, people come in accountable, new candidates are well-dressed, they are grateful, because you are conveying to them, we have always been the best business in the world. It's just that now we are making sure that people understand that they have to value our time and our energy. Okay, we don't want you guys to just blindly get in, and so many other network marketing, nobody does anything, and you have to chase them. I've never done that, by the way, ever in this business. That's why we have a solid business, but we just needed a framework to teach it properly to other people. Okay, for me it was very simple. You don't behave, you're gone. If I feel you're not listening to me, I stop talking. I'm very good at not talking if you're not listening. That's my expertise. You know? Is that because, you know, when I know this business, okay, I know that if somebody listens to me, I may not, see, becoming a multi-crorepati and all, that's up to you. Okay? But we can teach you at least to get to that Q12, 1 lakh a month we can teach you. No guarantees, but we can teach you. If you build the right structure, the right numbers. Okay? And we haven't, today we have so many people in the US we have, I went and did this leadership, special leadership for a 19-year-old couple. When they got in, they were 19, now they're 24. Nick and Stephanie in Milwaukee. They're 24 now. They make about $250,000. Within 4 years of working the business really hard. You know, we have got something called Ditto delivery in the US. I hope they implement it in India also. Ditto means you just set up your PV and it gets automatically shipped every month. You can change the order whenever you want, but it's shipped. So 150 PV, everybody does the first of the month. First of the month. There's no promotion there, so first of the month. Very first. In fact, we created a challenge because they were so used to preparing for the last of the month that all of a sudden they had a massive logistics issue, supply chain issue, loading dock issue, you know. And they said, can you please spread it over 5 days? I said, no. We're going to do it first day of the month. And they had done a great job. They responded to it, you know. They're doing first day of the month. So we have people qualifying in Nick's team, 18-year-old, 20-year-olds. First day of the month, our silver is 7,500 points. I sent a video on WhatsApp. You tell those people, go back, do the business like other network marketing companies do in S quadrant, they'll kill you. Because it's become so predictable. Another example, I was talking to somebody, girl in Canada. And she's from, of course, from India. She's studying there. Very excited. Went through all the process. We said, where are you going to find the money to build your business? And she said, my dad is paying for my education. I can ask him for more money. I said, no. Because we are in a mentorship-based network marketing business. I said, you're not going to do that. Your dad is already sending you for education. I know how I will react if my daughter says, give me more money. Your dad probably knows the elephant anyway. There's a very strong chance that all dads know something about the elephant. They really don't know about the elephant. They are just blind people touching the elephant randomly. It happens, guys. That is one thing you got to live with. Network marketing is easily available. You know? You know, they say it's a business for everyone. Let me translate that to you, okay? What that means is that anybody can technically get into it. That's all it means. But it doesn't mean everybody can succeed. You have to be a good student with good character and good principles. You want to have 12 legs with 50 honoring partners in each, and you'll be a double diamond on the first day of the month. If it takes time to do it, so be it. Because the most stress-free, yesterday who told me? Chetan Shukla, where's Chetan? You told me you had a PACE meeting on the last day of the month. You've never done that before. And nobody was worried about volume, because it's all done. Hello? That doesn't mean you sit the rest of the month. Once you figure out how to do 100, the first 5 days, then you still go up to, you know, still in your personal circle, you still try to sell more. Get to 200, get to 300 by the end of the month. Get to 500. And if you do 1,000 retail, great. Don't ask me because I don't know how to do that. Okay, 500 is good. Okay, because it takes a lot of time if you have a full-time job, right? But if you do 500 by the end of the month, over a period of time. So I told this girl, listen, you got to get, if you really want to start the business, you'll have to increase your income. You'll have to get a job in addition to your school. Really, Kumar, can you say that to somebody? Yeah, it's a real business, dude. I'm not forcing her. She's not ready. I said, don't get started now. It's okay. If you want to satisfy some hidden desire to start a network marketing company, go to the other guys. Plenty of network marketing will be easy to sign. They're looking to sign you up. They'll sign you up. Don't come to me. So the logic is sitting and talking to people, really listening to them. Listening to them. The guys, people are telling you, you know, that listen, they will tell you right in the first meeting. If you just take a genuine interest in people, it's not about the steps, guys. It's about the intention. Intention. we have a few questions that we ask in this. We ask questions like, do you know what asset-based income is? Or we say, what kind of quality of life you want? But these are all some guidelines, that's all. You have to use your heart. I was doing an MG1 on behalf of somebody else. At the end of the meeting, he said, man, that was amazing strategy. I said, what strategy? He said, you brought up asset-based income only at the end of the MG1. Everybody brings it in the beginning. What a strategy. I said, look, let me tell you why I brought up asset-based income at the end of the MG1. He said, why? I said, because I forgot to say it in the beginning. People think it's a strategy. And I'm going to bring up some leaders here soon, but before that, there's one more thing I want to tell you. I want to talk to you about 5 seconds. Okay? Today, I'm very proud. I'll tell you, last 6-7 months, I wake up in the morning and I don't touch my phone. Okay, I don't. It is sitting there. It's looking at me. The phone is right there on the dressing table in my bedroom. But I don't pick it up, because once you pick it up, you go into phone land. So I don't. Okay? But even today, after 7 months of doing this, there is the first 5 seconds where it says, "Uthaona yaar, pick me up, pick me up." I have to overcome the first 5 seconds. Yes? Then I go downstairs to the kitchen and I drink this hot water with the haldi. My Anjali makes this haldi and cinnamon and pepper and ginger powder combination. I put on hot water with apple cider vinegar. I am telling you, boss, for me, herbal tea is not tea. Chai is one thing. Chai means, don't call it tea unless you ubbalify the chai in it. That stupid dip bag is not tea. I get very upset in airports. Dip bag, usme doodh dalo, thanda doodh dalo, useless. Green tea, sorry guys, green tea is not tea. But green tea has got its own benefits though. Because when somebody comes to your house, you save on milk. With green tea, they don't expect biscuit. Third thing, they won't ask you for more. But I look at that thing, right? My body is screaming for chai, real chai. First 5 seconds, I say no. Even Anjali, there is an espresso machine right there next to it. Coffee, I love coffee. So 5 seconds it's telling me, even today, that machine is calling me, make coffee, make coffee. I overcome the first 5 seconds, I'm fine. The moment I start sipping it, I'm okay. Then, I get my yoga mat. My body is saying, why today yoga? Don't do it. No, 8 o'clock the plumber is coming. There's some excuse, okay? I have a 9 o'clock call, but before that I have to do this. But 5 seconds. If I stand up and take the first pose, fine. Next 1 hour, I'm fine. I can do the entire yoga, my breathing, my kapalbhati, my brastika prana, everything I do, okay? 1 hour it takes me. Then I read for half an hour. With the chai. I got the chai now, okay? Then I pick up my phone. But it's always the first 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds, okay? So let me tell you one more thing, okay? You got to get busy with this business. It's like any other business. You can't poke around with this. You might be brand new, maybe not applicable to you, but sooner or later, you have to get to a point where you professionally, properly are approaching a lot of people for the business. I'll tell you, you're not going to find everybody. You're fortunate. You don't know what it is to not launch. Because you launched. New people, you launched, right? You don't know what it is to fall off after MG1, after the first meeting or second meeting. So when you run into it, you'll say, ye kya ho gaya? Hoga. But you have to start having a lot of conversations. Now, this is the beauty of the business. The beauty is now you have the power to offer anybody this business. And your choice, who you want to offer it, who you don't want to. And all of a sudden, you're interested in people. Till then, no, you didn't care. If you stand in a cafe coffee day for coffee, you don't care about the guy in the front of you or behind. Now you have reason to talk to them. It's called starting a conversation. Let me tell you what will happen. If I tell you you should have 5 to 10 conversations every day, your problem is not the conversation. Your problem is the 5 seconds before the conversation. The same 5 seconds with the haldi water, same 5 seconds with my yoga. If you overcome those 5 seconds, you'll have 10 conversations easily, because it's not a matter. The conversations might be 15 minutes each or 20 minutes each, because you're really talking to them and connecting with them, or 5 minutes. But you'll not have an issue. Your issue is not 10 conversations multiplied by 20 minutes. Your issue is 10 conversations multiplied by 5 seconds. 50 seconds is your problem. Because I'll tell you what will happen. Of course, in the beginning, you'll talk to your friends and relatives. You don't have to talk to strangers. But that's the beauty of network marketing. You better understand the beauty of it. But I don't like to talk. Okay, just stay broke. Stay in your E quadrant. Keep complaining about no promotion, no life, no future. Complain about no vacation. So I have to talk to strangers. You better talk to strangers. Any business. Any business. Bill Gates did not become a multi-billionaire by selling Microsoft to 5 of his friends. Hello? So you better get good at this. I am not the type, will change the type. We will mentor you, boss, but don't give me excuses. And there's only 5 seconds that is stopping you. 50 seconds a day. And learn the topic, learn your subject matter. You figure out what your story is. Saurabh, what did you study? Architecture. Who's new year? New. Okay, what did you study? Huh? Civil engineering. Okay. You? Computer engineering. Okay. I'll tell you the problem with school and college is that you're not supposed to fail, which is good. You shouldn't fail there. But it also gives us a bad thinking process. We feel that failure is bad. And we start thinking that everything should be like a exam. I did this, now give me a grade. That's what we think. Give me distinction because I've done this, and this. If you think like that in this business or any business, you are destined for major disappointment. You cannot succeed in real life without understanding and embracing failure. You cannot. Okay? So what happens is, see, in school and college, your effort translates into your results. Yes? 100%. You did all the answers and then that comes into the result. In the middle, you pray and break a coconut. That's not going to help because you already finished the exam. See, if you're praying after writing an exam, what you're praying for is that the guy who is drunk or something. That's what you're praying for. You're not praying for God to change what you wrote. He is not going to do it. Trust me. Okay, you're praying for some mistake or something, really. Right? Okay. But we think that our efforts translate to our results. Real life success does not work like that. You work your rear end off. You work your rear end off. You work like crazy. You know what? This is not scientifically established numbers. This is my just rough numbers I'm giving you. You work like crazy in anything, in this business, in real success in business. That only translates to, I would say, 25% of the 100% thing called success. That's why the remaining 75%, that's what people that are academic, who have gone to school, college, usually which quadrant are they? School, college, school. Yeah? Okay? They expect, I have done this. I did all the 8 process. Where is my distinction? That only counts for 25% of the marks. The next 25% is mentorship. Let's take an example. Who's a top cricket player now? Virat Kohli. Who is not as good as Virat but trying very hard? Huh? Raina? Is that okay to use that example? Do you think work-wise, practice-wise, one of them does less than the other? Or do you think they practice equally hard? They practice equally hard. In fact, Raina will be practicing harder because he got something to prove. Hello? So work you cannot distinguish. How about coach? That also, if let's say they have 2 different coaches and you switch coaches, does that mean Virat Kohli is going to become number 2? No. So your coach is very important, but that is only 25%. The remaining 50% is where your success, that is the iceberg. That's where you have to discover yourself. And the mentorship program helps you with that. The Brit Worldwide system helps you with that. That is where that's called the magic. That is the intangible you cannot touch. That is your attitude. That is how you speak, the positive words you speak. That is your excitement, your energy, things that you can't touch and feel. You know, that's why we ask you to read like crazy. In the beginning, you read 15 minutes a day. Are you reading every day? No, you started, no? You're listening to any talk every day, CD, right? This is all part of the process. That's our daily expectation from you. That you will honor the partnership, you'll buy the volume, and you will also get educated. Okay? So, what was I saying before that? Attitude, those intangibles. That's the 50%. And that is where your discovery is, guys. That's where your discovery is. That's why people come to the meeting. If you're aware of that 50%, then you won't just see what's on stage. You'll also want to know who else is building the business. You want to know, hey man, look at the number of people here. Look beyond just what happens on stage. You'll see, man, you look for positive. You can look for negative too. You know, at least now they don't turn the AC off. Country is prospering for sure. In 1998, it was after 1 hour AC is off. And then to run after the guy, please turn it on, please turn it on. It happened here before. I don't know if it happened in Shanmugananda or not. I should be nice to them. But it happened in many other auditoriums. Okay? Yeah. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up some people on stage. People that are, how many of you are doing the full-fledged, you are doing the entire process now? So can you stand up, please? Stand up. Now, those of you who are not, okay, it's okay. We resisted it for 4 years. Because there are so many things that came in, tap routing, this, that. We are all confused a little bit. Okay, we adapted, tried to do a different things, right? But now how many of you are doing, okay, full-fledged, right? How many of you would like to go back to S Quadrant Network Marketing Building? Network Marketing. Just look around. I don't see even one person that does the process properly who wants to not do the process. Okay? It's called what is it called? Not even called process. What's it called? Best practices. And with common sense. With a lot of common sense. So I'm going to get some, have a seat here. Can we get some diamonds up here? I want to get Ankur, Priyambad and Arun come up here, please. What you feel about what you heard today and what you've been doing.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So, hi, good to see you all. Thank you. We are Ankur and Taru, and we live in Bangalore. If you're here for the first time or you're new to the business, I have a background in electrical engineering, used to work in chip design. I have a degree in electrical engineering from IIT Delhi. And we've been building this business for 19 years plus now. So it's been a long time. And the process that Kumar has been talking about, and he's put so many perspectives to it. And I saw that when he asked how many people are 100% doing it, not everybody stood up. And it is not very surprising because when Kumar and our upline Manipal and Kanti, when they started understanding this, they took a long time to adapt it as well because, we're all running big ships. And when you try to turn a big ship too fast, it can topple. And that's why you want to be careful about doing that. And I'm sure you think like that about your ship as well. We thought about it like that too. So we wanted to make sure we're doing the right thing. So I'd like to call the process something else. I'd like to call it the selection process. Because all we are doing really is we are trying to select people. We're trying to select the kind of people on whom we can depend for our business. That's all it is. So, it's like if I were to have a girlfriend, I can go around with anybody really. But if I have to marry a girl, wouldn't I be selective? Wouldn't I meet her 4 or 5 times? If possible, 6 times? Maybe 7? Right? Because my life is dependent on this, right? And do you understand that getting married is very easy? 7 times round married. But you know, divorce, you have to go to the court. Divorce, you cannot go round other way like this and finish. So, same way, the best example of partnership in the world is a marriage partnership, in my opinion. Just like a marriage partnership, you should be careful before getting into it. A business partnership is no different, in my opinion. Because to engage, get into it is easy, but to get out, is not that easy. So if we take some time to get into that partnership, I think we will build very happy families going forward. And has it taken us time to learn it? Yes, it has. If you're brand new sitting in this room, you learn it like this. You won't have a problem learning it.
They don't know any other way.
Because that's only, exactly. No, Kumar's right. But for people like us who've been doing it in certain ways for a long time, we have this inertia, We have this like back momentum which is pushing us. So it took us a while to kind of screech to a halt and then turn direction and start moving in a new direction. Because it was a new way of thinking. Was it a good way or a bad way of thinking? No, it's just, I think it is very natural what we are doing now. But sometimes I wonder, so what we were doing before, was it unnatural? No, it's just that, I think we were killing our intelligence to some extent to do what we were doing before. This was supposed to be obvious. I mean, with a degree from IIT, why would I go and try to, no, I'm not joking, why would I go and try to convince a guy to get into business with me? But sometimes, you get into a mentality which just pushes you along. And I think so I feel that this selection process, more than for the candidates, I think it will preserve your self-image first. You will feel so awesome about yourself. I'm telling you, when you will sleep every night, the mindset that you will have of choosing people, you offering them a business, and they not having the decision to say yes or no, you having the decision to say yes or no to them, you will sleep so well. I can't promise you anything more than that. First, that is the most important thing to start with.
Also, I want to say something else, guys. See, we resisted it, okay, because there was too many things that we were trying out, taprooting this, that, and the other, right, okay, and we resisted. But here is the thing you got to understand. Before you worry about the steps, let me tell you why we have the steps the way we have it later. Before you worry about the steps, understand the intent. The intent is best practices and common sense. Right? Intent is to prepare. Priyamvad, aap sab aapko dekh rahe hain, aap hero lag rahe ho. Ye problem hai. This is a problem. These people are looking at you. All these people in the front row are like, ye kaun hai? Movie star kahan se aa gaya? सौरभ देख रहे थे ना इनको आप एंड इवन योर अपलाइन मेरे को नहीं देख रहे क्या मैं बात कर रहा हूँ अभी
वो ये नहीं देख रहे थे वो ये देख रहे थे कि ये क्या प्रोसेस फॉलो कर रहा है कि नहीं
No, Priyamvad is a good example. So the intent is to prepare people and to be honest and transparent and to make sure they don't mess up later. The intent you understand. See, if you establish that intent, I don't really care how you do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. But why we have these steps? Because of the business of duplication. You can't tell anybody you do whatever you want, it won't work. We have to teach you steps. Otherwise, there's no unity. And this is the way we are doing it now. And that also, if you understand the common sense behind it, if you don't understand the common sense behind it, why do I have to meet somebody 6 times? Well, he said that, dating, in marriage, they meet only once. And some of them are sitting here wondering, why did I marry this guy right now? Because of you, Ankur. Just like budgeting, they have never thought of it before. शादी तो कर लिया, अभी सोच रहे इससे क्यों किया? Huh? So, Arun, talk to us. Yeah.
See, we all start business with a different intention, with a different dream. But over a period of time, after 1 year or 2 years, we always start thinking we want long-term business, predictable business, secure business, available business. That's what we want, right? And it cannot happen unless we have quality in our organization. And it depends what we teach and what kind of people we bring in, right? And of course, the way Kumar Bhai says, the way they have built the business is, there was always a process in mind. Framework was not there, right? But over a period of time, the business left somewhere and we started talking, तुम्हारे कपड़े मेरे सेट से धो दूंगा या समथिंग लाइक दैट, डोंट वरी, चिंता मत करो, सिर्फ लिस्ट दे देना. एंड दैट्स वे बिजनेस स्टार्टेड, इट गोइंग डाउन डाउन डाउन. Probably rather than following peace of mind, we started following GIPs and trips, But this business gives a command. In all those 20 years, we felt that prospect was driving the car. Now we are driving the car, right? It gives a command. And it is not the number of people in the organization, right? The way Kumar Bhai said, 1000 multiplied 0 is 0. And even if you have a team of 100 people doing 200 PV, that's a 20,000 PV. It's a Ruby volume. So it is not the number of people in the organization, it's the productive people in the organization. And this process gives, we are very upfront with the people. We always talk, what do we expect from them and what are the rewards? And that's the best way of building a partnership.
See, what Ankur has started, I'll also say. Day before yesterday's experience, which I found very correct. मैं एक engagement में था शाम को, शादी में, सगाई. And जिसकी सगाई थी उसके पिताजी, लड़के के पिता, he was sitting behind me, he is a relative to me, and I was talking to him, and when the girl came and both, came on that spacious, awesome ceremony, जो golden moments होता है, तो उसमें उन्होंने हमसे कहा कैसी लगी लड़की, मैंने कहा बहुत अच्छी है, and he said to me कि जानते हैं प्रेम जी, मैं इस लड़की के साथ 2-3 दिन बिताया, मैं दिल्ली गया, शी इज अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर, जॉब करती है, मेरा बेटा एंटरप्रेन्योर का बेटा है, बड़ा होटल है, सब कुछ है, एंड आई एम लिविंग इन अ स्मॉल सिटी. सो व्हाट आई डिड, आई स्पेंड 4 days विद दैट गर्ल. आई ऑल्सो गॉट हर इन माई सिटी. मैंने उसको अपना घर भी दिखाया और कहा बेटा तुम दिल्ली में रही हो, वहाँ नौकरी कर रही हो, सब कुछ है, तुम अपनी अच्छी नौकरी में थी, लेकिन अब तुम इतने बड़े चीजों में रहोगे, यही घर होगा, देवघर में एयरपोर्ट नहीं है, तुमको यहाँ इसके साथ रहना होगा, तुम इसके साथ रहोगे, ये सारी खुशियां होंगी, बट दीज आर द लिमिटेशंस. तुम सब चीज को देखो एंड देन यू डिसाइड. एंड शी सेड दैट नो डैड, आई जस्ट वांट दैट आई शुड मैरी विद दिस बॉय. मैं आपके साथ यहीं देवघर में इन सास ससुर 4 के साथ रहूंगी, वॉट एवर इट टेक्स. मैंने सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई की, बड़े शहर में रहा. And just I thought the process, I am telling you, कि उस लड़की को पहले ही सब कुछ बताकर, दिखाकर, ये शादी तो परमानेंट रहने वाली है. She is the right girl for that guy. What I personally want to share to you, that we all, it's not about the process or the current state. इन सबों की कोई बात नहीं है. These are just formats. I personally feel what Kumar said. When I came here and Kumar said that framework, I am going to say process is the best practice with common sense, and I got the answer. मुझे यही उत्तर चाहिए था, मुझे the process का और कोई उत्तर नहीं चाहिए था. Best practices with common sense, and I was applying that. The name was different, but the things were the same. I was scared whether I am doing or not. I am a big ship. पता नहीं क्या होगा, चीजें क्या होंगी. पिछले 6 महीने से मैं कर रहा हूँ. What I personally need success in my life. Accomplishment of dreams and goals. मैं अपने सपनों को पाना चाहता हूँ, प्रोसेस को, 4 basics को, 9 core steps को नहीं. मेरे सपने मुझे चाहिए. मेरे सपने मुझे कैसे मिलेंगे? When I will be successful. सक्सेस का डेफिनेशन क्या है? ग्रोथ. केवल ग्रोथ नहीं, सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ. सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ कैसे आएगा? जब मैं हार्ड वर्क करूंगा, खूब काम करूंगा, और फिर एक लेवल के बाद रूटीन एंड डिसेंट वर्क करूंगा और कुछ इंटेंजिबल करूंगा, मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम, लीडरशिप डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, पर्सनल लेग की बिल्डिंग करूंगा. और दूसरा चीज, आई मस्ट हैव गुड स्ट्रक्चर विथ राइट एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्संस. पहला काम तो मैं कैसे भी कर लूंगा. गुड स्ट्रक्चर विथ राइट एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन I can only find when I will get right persons and strong persons, and for that you need selection process, and that's why this process is essential. Everybody wants to grow. See, when I talk serious thing. Everybody wants to grow. हर आदमी बड़े पिन पे जाना चाहता है और पिन पे रहना ही नहीं चाहता है. पिन से आगे जाना, उस पिन को अचीव करके सस्टेन भी करना चाहता है. लेकिन ये तभी हो सकता है जब आप अच्छे लोगों के साथ और मजबूत लोगों के साथ हो. और राइट पर्सन्स एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन्स को खोजने का, टाइम सेविंग करने का तरीका, आप अपनी एनर्जी को सेव करने का तरीका, योर प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी शुड बी हायर फॉर कन्वर्टिंग इन बिजनेस बिल्डर, एंड नॉट ओनली दैट, spreading less negativity and making higher success rate can only happen when you will have that process. And these best practices you are already doing, but name will be changed, the प्रॉपर लिटिल बिट डिफरेंस विल बी देयर। वहां आप रिक्रूटमेंट कर रहे थे, स्पॉन्सरिंग कर रहे थे, यहाँ लॉन्चिंग आप करेंगे। थोड़ा सा बदलना होगा। बाजार में जब 20 वर्ष हो जाता है, 15 वर्ष हो जाता है, चीजें वही रहती हैं, उन चीजों को नए अंदाज में दिया जाता है। चीजें वही रहती हैं लेकिन उसका तरीका थोड़ा बदला जाता है। आपका कमिटमेंट्स पहले ही थोड़ा लेना होगा, जो कमिटमेंट्स आप बाद में लेते थे, क्योंकि आपको जरूरी है राइट पर्सन को जल्दी खोजने का। ऐसा नहीं कि मैं प्रोसेस कर रहा हूं तो प्रोसेस 25 साल लगाऊं मैं डायमंड जाने में, देन दैट इज रॉन्ग प्रोसेस, आई एम टेलिंग यू, देन दैट इज नॉट बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस, यू आर नॉट वर्किंग हार्ड, आई एम टेलिंग यू। बट यू मस्ट हैव टू डू ऑल दोस थिंग्स। आपको इन सब चीजों के थ्रू गुजरना होगा। और आई पर्सनली से फ्रॉम हियर दैट इफ यू वांट टू make your legacy, if you want to make your strong business with right persons, you have to follow these norms. आपको आज नहीं तो कल फॉलो करना होगा। ट्रांजिशन कैसे होगा, आप शिप को धीरे धीरे कैसे ले जाएंगे, आप लोगों को अवेयर कैसे करेंगे, सब आप पर है। 4 बेसिक्स भी 4 बेसिक्स कहाँ है, 6 स्टेप 7 स्टेप्स है। लिस्ट बिल्डिंग एंड अपडेटिंग को तोड़िए, 2 स्टेप हो गया। कॉन्टैक्ट इनवाइट 2 स्टेप हो गया। शो द प्लान हो गया। फॉलो थ्रू अलग स्टेप है। साइन अप अलग स्टेप है। तो स्टेप पर मत जाइए, कॉमन सेंस पर जाइए। मेरे पास कोई एक आदमी आएगा जिसको मैं बताऊंगा, मैं परसों ही एक से बैठा होता, कुमार वाज सेइंग बहुत अच्छा हार्ट अटैक का एग्जांपल एंड आई वाज लाफिंग इन माय ऑफिस। एक हमारे ग्रुप में एक एंटरप्रेन्योर है जो आया है बिजनेस में, आई लॉन्च्ड हिम इसी नए तरीके से। ही केम विद अ गेस्ट। नाउ व्हाट शुड आई डू, मैंने उससे गपशप किया MG1, तो पता चला कि दिसंबर में उसकी शादी हो रही है। अब मैं उसको क्या करूं, हार्ट अटैक वाली बात। तो मैंने कहा अब तो तुम्हारा अगले 6 महीने रोमांस का मौसम है, तुम तो हनीमून मनाओगे, तुम तो वहां कहोगे खाक हनीमून मनाऊंगी, मुझे तो काम करना है। मैंने अपना काम कर लिया, आई चेक। फिर मैंने कहा नहीं, तुम तो वन वे कम्युनिकेशन सोचेंगे, तुम्हारा हस्बैंड वो तो हनीमून मनाएगा, वो तो घूमेगा, तुम्हारा क्या चलेगा। उसने कहा आई टॉक विथ माई हस्बैंड, ही सेड टू मी यस प्रियंका, if you want to work, if you want to become an entrepreneur, very soon I am going to quit my job and will be your assistant. So he said in that way. हम कहे चलो इसका मतलब माइंडसेट ठीक है। Then I proposed business of 21st century. PDF दे दो भाई, इंग्लिश में नहीं है, हिंदी किताब है तो इंग्लिश में लगेगा, PDF दे दो। Now I can do MG1, MG2 and I mean business of 21st century in one stroke if everything goes right. मैं कर सकता हूँ, माई इंटेंशन इज गुड एंड सिचुएशन इज गुड। मैं उसको 3 से 4 दिन में लॉन्च कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन सही नहीं है तो 20 दिन भी लग सकते हैं लॉन्च करने में। दैट इज ऑल अपॉन हाउ यू विल वर्क। एंड अगेन ट्रांजिशन का मतलब ये नहीं है कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एक ही दिन में सबका हो जाता है, शब्द एक ही दिन में बदल जाते हैं, चीजें धीरे धीरे बदलती हैं। इट टेक्स टाइम।
या सी इन माय एक्सपीरियंस, बॉटम लाइन जैसे प्रेम बोल रहे हैं ना, यू कैन स्पीड इट अप और यू कैन स्लो इट डाउन। आई फाइंड माई सेल्फ स्लोइंग इट डाउन मोर देन स्पीडिंग इट अप. In our experience, we are having more meetings. You know, sometimes because we want to check. Something comes up, you check with them. You ask them a question or you clarify something. पूरा बुक नहीं पढ़ता है तो हम उसको posture नहीं दिखाते हैं. बोलते हैं it depends. If their attitude is not right, we just say maybe this is not for you. Attitude ठीक है, मेरी तरह कोई बंदा है, you know, जो पहली बार ठीक से 2 ही चैप्टर पढ़ेगा, you know, तो मैं उससे मिलूंगा, उसको बोलूंगा कि यू नो व्हाई डोंट यू गो बैक एंड बिकॉज आई वो फर्स्ट 2 चैप्टर का कंटेंट मैं कवर करूंगा और बोलूंगा लुक आई रियली कैन नॉट प्रोसीड टिल यू फिनिश द होल थिंग, डू यू अंडरस्टैंड, फॉर मी टू गिव यू सम सब्सटेंस, राइट, एंड अच्छी तरह से समझा के मैं भेज दूंगा, ओके, आई विल सेंड देम ऑफ सेइंग यू स्टडी, सो ही इज राइट, बट द मेन थिंग इज द बॉटम लाइन क्या है कि व्हेन यू लुक एट योर LOS PV, how many zeros you see? Yeah. That is the bottom. That is a big difference we have seen. Big difference. The year, see, normal network marketing, you sponsor certain number of people, 80% will quit. You know why? Because they don't know what they got into. And 20% will somehow figure it out. Okay? If that, maybe 10%. Now it is the other way. People will still quit. Because many people are like शेर के जैसे आते हैं और काम जब होता है तो 3-4 हफ्ते का बकरा बन जाते हैं, you know, सोचते हैं हो जाता है, okay? तो ऐसा नहीं कि हर एक आदमी, but we are at least now we don't have any collateral damage, casualties नहीं है. When people quit the business, they know exactly why they quit. पहले की तरह नहीं है कि मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं था, okay? So इसमें so the main thing is, and also गोल सेटिंग, राइट. पहले क्या होता था, अभी मेरे को एक कॉल आया, इंडिया से एक कॉल आया कि किसी का ग्रुप में, हाँ प्रियमवत, ये क्वेश्चन था, कोई 13% एक लेवल है, 13% से 100 PV कम था कोई, 2300, तो उसका अपलाइन ने उसको 13% कराया नहीं, लेकिन उसके अपलाइन ने मेरे को कॉल किया, बोला उसको क्यों नहीं करा रहा है वो. मैंने बोला तुम सोचो, लास्ट डे ऑफ द मंथ है, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, 100 पीवी करने से जो पैसा आता है, does it justify changing to 2400 पीवी? Answer is no. No financial sense. Second, last day of the month अगर वो 100 करेगा, next 5 days में फिर से partner ownership कैसे करेगा? तुरंत और 100 करेगा कैसे? See, these are all old habits. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि stretch मत करो. अगर करना है तो ठीक से करो, बेचो. You understand? Okay? लेकिन कुछ ऐसे ही खरीद के रखोगे, वो ओल्ड यूजलेस नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग, स्क्वाड्रन नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग करोगे तो इश्यू हो जाएगा. These things are getting solved through best practices.
सुबह से शाम दौड़ो उस दिन, शाम तक में 100 पीवी रिटेल कर लो और तब 2400 जाओ तो अपलाइन विल बी हैप्पी. But if
You
it
will
doesn't
also be
happen,
happy. Plan को छोड़ो, your wife will be happy.
Your wife will be
Otherwise, see, let me, if you want to know the truth, if you want to know the real truth about some family, talk to the wife. When I came in 1998 में मैं प्लान दिखा रहा था किसी को. By the way, broadcast is not happening तो हिंदी में बोलते हैं. Okay, तो प्लान दिखा रहा था किसी को 1998 में. तो वैसा सिंपल होम था. आदमी भाव खा रहा है बॉस, वो बोल रहा है हाँ हमारे पास तो सब कुछ है. बीवी उधर खड़ी, बीवी तो उधर टेंशन हो रहा है उसको. मैंने बीवी की तरफ देखा, बोलता है क्या बोली पता है, अंदर से बनियान फटी हुई है, बोलता है सब कुछ है.
कंगाल है कंगाल.
हाँ, बीवी तो ऑनेस्टली बोलती है ना. और दूसरी बात यह है, MG1 में किसी शेर से आप मिलते हैं, इसके बोलते हैं रेड सिग्नल बोलते हैं हमको. बीवी को नहीं लाए आप, मैं सब डिसीजन लेता हूँ. कुछ भी कोई भी होता है, किसी भी घर में कोई भी हस्बैंड बोल सकता है मैं डिसीजन, होता ही नहीं है यार. और मैंने उसको पूछा, समझो कि तुमको यूरोप वेकेशन जाना है 3 हफ्ते में, क्या तुम बुक कर लोगे टिकट के बीवी को पूछोगे? अरे बीवी को पूछूंगा. हाँ, वेकेशन के लिए बीवी को पूछोगे और सारी लाइफ में जो एसेट बिल्डिंग करना है बीवी के नहीं पूछेगा और बीवी चुप रहेगी. क्या किसको शेंडी लगा रहे हो बॉस? यू नो, बोलता है, हम बोलते हैं कि बॉस फॉरगेट इट, यू नो. या
ठीक बोल रहे हैं. आई मीन सी, इट्स नॉट अबाउट द एजुकेशन ऑफ योर वाइफ, इट्स नॉट अबाउट दैट हाउ मेनी इयर्स यू हैव बीन मैरिड. क्या है कि इंडियन वैल्यूज में ही नहीं, जो परंपरा आ रही है उसमें, आपके कमर्शियल वैल्यूज में उसका बहुत अधिक. मैं यहाँ आ रहा था, सवेरे में मेरी फ्लाइट थी, मैं सब कुछ लेके जा रहा था. मैंने कहा कुछ पैसे दे दोगी? मैं इस डबल डायमंड में उससे मांग रहा हूँ. क्या वो मेरे पास पैसे नहीं हो सकते? मेरे पास कार्ड था, डेबिट कार्ड है, 2 कार्ड है. बट क्या है कि एक तो वो पैसे देती है तो संतुष्ट भी होती है, और दूसरा अपन को भी कम खर्च होता है. She is important.
I'm saying, boss, people can say anything they want. I just don't believe their lies. You tell me I'm the husband, I make all the decisions, I don't believe you. Wife, I might believe. Husband, I'm not believing. Okay. So people say a lot of things. I mean, I ask them who influences the decision. I listen to my father. If we talk to students and they say, I listen to my father. Is your father agreeable to you starting a business? He says, yes. I say, I want to talk to him. And तो क्या होता है कि BP1 में पता चलता है कि my father doesn't want me to do this. I wasted all this time. तो पहले पिताजी को ले आओ, पिताश्री को ले आओ पहले. Let me talk to him first. You know, because I know how fathers think, and you know, because the business is so easily available, everybody knows something about it. सब लोग pyramid समझते हैं. That's another thing. I remember when I started the business, I went to a buffet with my friends and I'm thinking, who should I talk to first? How to approach? This guy knows that guy. Should I talk to him? होता है ना वो, right? Who should I talk to? And one tall guy, we used to call him Cop because he's, you know, tall. He's at the buffet and he looks at me in front of everybody before I can say anything. Kumar, I heard you started a pyramid. You are in a pyramid. तो मैंने बोला, yes, but I also started my own network marketing business. What are you going to do about your pyramid? समझे नहीं लोग, बाउंसर हो गया थोड़ा. चलेगा, yeah.
I'll see. Say, Kumar has, covered one topic which is budgeting, which is very crucial, very important. ये एक बहुत important चीज है जिस पर initially launch करने के समय में ध्यान देना चाहिए. The second thing he discussed, which I'll say, कि जो major misnomer है, आप किसी पार्टी में जाइए, if you are a serious business builder, आपके friends होंगे, आपके relatives होंगे, they think that now you are going to say to him that you join, or you are going to prospect him. Now, this is against of all those reputations which will be removed here. चर्चा क्यों करेंगे? आप हमारे prospect हो तो चर्चा करके क्या फायदा? अपना समय और अपनी ऊर्जा बर्बाद करके। हम उसी के साथ बात करते हैं जिसके साथ बात करने से बिजनेस की सही शुरुआत हो सकती है। नाउ इफ इट विल कम इन प्रिंसिपल्स, दैट इज ओके।
Amazing gems, huh? Amazing gems. New people, I didn't have this when I started. You guys are in for, you're getting a treat here, okay? Now, the question is, what do you do now? There is something called post-launch. So once you get in, okay, the process of mentorship still continues. Okay, this is where it starts actually, okay? So you should get into habits that you can keep every month. Simple, dieting habits, if you really want to eat healthy, do something that you can do every day for the rest of your life. Ye beach ka all this, people have all these, what is that thing called, intermittent fasting. Apparently it works well for many people, and some people have adapted it as a way of life. But if you do temporarily anything, it's difficult. If you say no carbohydrate, never is a long time, and you're probably going to fail. So you should have moderate eating habits, some discipline in how you eat, but you should eat, portions and all that. If you say, I will never eat sweets again, it's not going to happen for most cases. Similarly, you want to get into a habit in this business that does not change from month to month. So you honor the partnership, you have a volume standard. So we are educating people. We want you to huddle, play, huddle. Huddle, play, huddle is a term from American football. Okay, which means it's a great way to explain this. That doesn't exist in any of the sports we play here, but it is very good. Usme wo quarterback hota na, there's a quarterback and there are all the players and they play a play. Before that they huddle together, they decide on the play. Now sometimes you can't execute the play exactly, but at least you have a game plan, then you come back and huddle. This is what you do with your upline. Okay, in the beginning you're doing it at every step. Whatever you do, you're checking with them. Then you start getting used to some of them. But once a month you sit down and see how it is going. What are you doing with the products you bought? But you don't want to do something crazy. Some people, they get the 100 points and the first month the upline goes and help them sell. And next month they don't know what to do. It should not be like that. It should be like a heartbeat. Every month you're doing 100 and you're figuring out. See, dunya mein, there are so many complicated things you can do. But here, all we are saying is, find a way to manage a maximum of 300, 400, 500 points in your life, which can give you so much confidence that if you're doing 500, you can easily teach other people how to do 200, yeah? You'll have 50 launches. That is the initial, see in this business, the big business, once it starts growing, that is not the difficult part. It's like everything else. An object in motion continues to what? Tend to stay in motion, right? Inertia. It's an initial, in everything, the initial first 90 days, first 120 days are the most delicate. And you're allowed to get frustrated. You're allowed to get angry. But you're not allowed to get discouraged. No discouragement. Because anger, frustration shows that you're human. But worrying, discouragement, negative, they have no use in life. So we have all of that. Bill Britt talked about speaking right. So post-launch is very important for you to understand that how to have those habits. Reading every day, listening to one, streaming every day, cutting off those negative habits, getting into B quadrant mentality. Bill Britt taught us to protect our brains. I am not interested in really equal. I'll tell you, how many of you love cricket? Honestly, you love cricket, right? Okay, but how much time are you going to spend of your life investing in Virat Kohli? And what is that going to do for you? What is that going to do for you? How much time did Sachin Tendulkar invest in Virat Kohli's life? Every day. Overall, he must have mentored, he must have talked, I'm sure. But did he dedicate hours and hours watching him play? Or was he practicing himself? Or other way around? If Virat Kohli would never have come up if he just watched Sachin Tendulkar. So, there's another mindset. You're interested in cricket, you should start looking at highlights only. What are you going to gain by knowing everybody's statistics? Every match you have to watch, stay in the E quadrant for the next 50 years. Maybe next 500 years. Rebirth into E quadrant, rebirth into E quadrant, rebirth into E quadrant.
Yes. Life should be your life and retelecast should be others' life.
Exactly. Arun bhai.
time is very important part of our life and we invest very valuable part of our life into this business. और 5-10 साल के बाद हमें लगता है कि गलत लोगों के साथ हमने वक्त गुजार दिया. कुमार भाई हमेशा पहले भी बोलते थे, the reason of frustration is working with few people and working with wrong people. And when we saw wrong people, it's not the people with 3 hands and 4 legs, you know, it is not like that. Wrong with the attitude, they are not looking in life. And we have always seen, number of stories, how did they approach their candidates, you know. So if we can, and the process gives that choice, that selection, it gives a right mindset to find out the right people with whom we can spend part of our life, and that becomes assets.
So I know with a couple of questions that everybody has on their mind is, if we do it like this, will it become slow? Will our business slow down? Will our volume start dropping? Will it start going down? What will happen if we don't start everybody? Maybe other cross lines will grab those people and sponsor them, and we might lose on people, right? And we had those doubts too when we started working at it, but I'll tell you some numbers. Now, to transition into anything new, what I have learned is it will take at least 2 years to really see the full-fledged results of what we are doing. So we have to have a long-term mindset. Anyways, we have to have a long-term mindset to build a business. There's no doubt about it. What is that? What is the end point? The end point is, I would like to qualify Diamond, EDC and Double like Kumar on day 1. I don't know anybody who's doing that right now, qualifying on day 1. I would like to do that. I would like an organization where leaders are able to create leaders and organizations are able to grow on their own rather than me doing a job. I already had a software job. I want a business so that I can be on a vacation if I want to the entire year. If I want to go and do the business, but not because I have to, because my month is dependent on it. That's the end result. But anyways, when we started building the business through selection and through choosing people, I started tracking the numbers for my personal organization outside all my emeralds. I'm not counting those. We were starting around 120 people every month. And people were just starting randomly. And the number of people who were really doing 50 or 100 PV out of those was only around 40%, 45%. That's it pretty much. And as people started learning and started doing things over a few months, almost in 8 months' time, the number of sign-ups like that, they went down from 120 to 45. Now, I don't think the startups went down to 45. I think the rest of them were not startups anyways. They were PCs. We should have actually registered them as preferred customers and gotten volume rather than getting greedy and signing them up. Maybe that was a mistake we were doing. But in my personal organization, the number of people who were getting started with an FPO went up from the old number to 82%. Which means that, which is bad. It should not be 82%. Ideally, in my opinion, it should be 95%. That means, or 100%. Everybody should be starting with that. But why is that? Because, people have inertia. Some people are still getting corrupted. Some people are still getting tempted. But ultimately what we would want is, if a guy is coming into the business, he should come in for building the business. If he wants to come in to buy the products, why should we think of it? So the problem is not him, the problem is us. The biggest problem is we are signing up 6 people and thinking we found 6 partners and we will go diamond. When we stop signing up these people who are not supposed to be partners, the first thing that happens is we are thanking ourselves. We really face the reality and understand that actually we have not found anybody. So we'll actually go out and do the work. Otherwise we put in 6 people, think we are going diamond and stop doing anything, and ultimately nothing comes out of it. Year after year after year keeps passing by. And that's what's been happening with leaders in our organization as well. Misunderstanding for their own business to a large extent.
But now I can tell you this, let me tell you the good news, okay? The good news is that we have people that launch through the process, they are picking up really fast. In FED, in big function in Richmond, Virginia, we had 18,000 people there in the Coliseum. Paul Miller has been in the business, Brit Worldwide Management Operating Committee, like me, Raj, Paul, Angelo, Kanti, me. He's been in the business for 40 plus years. And he made an observation. So we had a recognition on Sunday afternoon for people with 6 or more legs at the function. And he said that for years, you'll have maybe 8 or 10 people in the audience that had 6 legs sitting there. Okay? In his 40 years. That's why very few people go diamond, right? I'll tell you what happened with this best practices. We had 250 businesses at 6 legs. We had another 100 at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 legs. It was mind-blowing. There's only one reason. It's these steps. People are putting in width. Okay? And there are people that are 18, 19, 20 years of age. Within 2-3 years, they're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, and they're able to quit their jobs. Okay? And so I am telling you that there is something very magical going on right now. We are preparing for supernatural growth. We know that we are outgrowing that Colosseum. We are done. We are already splitting achievers. We have more than one session now. Okay? We are just, I guarantee you this. Okay? Think about this like this, right? Let's say you worked hard all year and you only launched 10 personally. Next year they launch 10 each. And the following year they launch 10 each. You got 1,000 active people in your group. You know, exponential effect really works. The viral effect really works in this business. Okay? But the great news is if you follow the program, new people, you don't have to worry about anything we said so far. Except you build it the way. The reason you have to know this, why are we dumping you with all the information? Because when you go out there, you should know when somebody says, oh yeah, I was in this business, you know, I was in network marketing, that they did not have the experience you have. You understand? That is the best part. That should not discuss. I like things like that. That's why I said underdog, I like that. Okay? I like it when the majority of people don't understand what I'm doing. I love it. I like to watch people's faces. Sometimes we go to a party, I don't tell them mentorship and they don't know what to do. You know, they don't know what to ask because it's not like file is not found, right? If I say I'm an engineer, then they know what to ask. What kind of engineering? Where are you working? A job? Oh, what is your title? All the BS questions they'll ask. E-quadrant questions they'll ask. Oh, you got promotion, you know, all that. Okay? But the moment you say, no, he doesn't know what to say. Oh yeah, you have products. Yeah. You're selling, no, chain scheme. Chain scheme. Pyramid scheme, yeah. Chain scheme, no, where you get people, and you get rich. I said, why don't you try it? Sometimes it is better to keep your mouth shut and look like an idiot rather than open your mouth and remove all doubt. Okay, I just love it. How many of you like that underdog spirit? That man. People think, I am telling you, our lifestyle will blow your mind. October, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm sitting and talking to one of my emeralds on a Zoom video call. He says to me, Kumar, you got that big check in October, right? I said, no, I don't get anything in October. I usually get it in November, December. He said, last year you told me you got in October. I said, really? He said, yeah. So he's on the call and I'm checking on my phone. Okay? Bank account. I'm just telling you, this can happen to you. I mean, I'm not like Bill Gates, okay? I'm not anywhere near that. But we are doing good. We went on 14 vacations last year. 14 countries last year. This year we turned down, didn't go to US because Anjali's dad, by the way, that's the reason you build the business. Okay, vacation and all is fantastic. But Anjali's dad had a silent stroke. He was living with us. And he's 90 now almost. And he could not talk. You know, now he's getting better. Okay, we thought he was going to get worse, but he got better. But there was a 3-month period when we couldn't do anything else. That's why you build a business. So you can be there for your parents. He was in our house. He needed physical support. Even when we had people from outside, they don't know the language issues there and all that. We were there all the time. Okay? So during that time, so this year we decided not to go anywhere. We didn't go for Singapore ALS. When I go back, same evening, same afternoon, I'm going to US ALS, which is local. But I'm not going to Singapore ALS. I'm not going from my Australia business ALS to Bali. I think that's already done.
Singapore ALS.
And UK ALS. Huh?
Singapore ALS.
नहीं चल रहा हूँ यार, हो गया अभी, ना बोल दिया, December 9th ना, उधर से यार, आप तो इधर मिल गए ना हम लोग सबसे, okay? But कभी कभी vacation से vacation लेना पड़ता है boss. But this is how I'm telling you, if you build it right, if you build it wrong, this business is the biggest nightmare. If you build it right, you'll be able to sleep at night happily because you value people. One of our value system is people before profits. What happens in the corporate world? It's profit before profit and profit after profit, no people at all. Not profit before people, it is profit before profit, profit after profit. Whereas the people, it's like, मेरे पास माँ है, वो type, you know. मेरे पास गाड़ी है, बंगला है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? मेरे पास भी गाड़ी है, बंगला है, फिर माँ किसके पास है? वैसा है.
It's like in desi word, I mean छोरा गंगा किनारे वाला type. माल महाजन के मिर्जा खेले होली.
देखो ये बॉम्बे है बॉस. थोड़ा समझाना पड़ेगा.
I did everything and he is celebrating.
Let's talk about the Eagle program. Okay? Yeah, I got that slide. Next one, please. Okay. Okay. See, here it says 100 PV personal volume per month within the first 5 days of each month. Work towards a volume standard of 300 PV per month, even go up to 500. Okay, second, subscribe to BWW BSM, SOD books, SOCD books and BWW technology, Smart Touch, right? And attend all BWW weekly events, seminars and conferences. Number B and C, any one of them, are they required? No, it's not a requirement. See, again, stop thinking like E-quadrant. E-quadrant wants instructions, no rules. They're not a requirement. If you understand it, the common sense is, how can I help you if you're not on the same mindset as me, and how can I help you if you don't start building your asset? That's really what it is. You understand? There are legal reasons why this cannot be requirement. This is not like a franchise. Okay? This is network marketing. It's governed by a completely separate set of rules. But I can't force you to do anything, right? But you can't force me to work with you either. It makes no sense. Why do we have number 2 and number 3? Because it unifies the team. You want to have seminars that teach everything, everywhere the same. If I have a group in Patna, you know? Yeah. If I have a group in Patna, he has a group in New Jersey, we all teach the same thing. That cannot happen if we are not listening to the same. You're with me? It's just common sense. This is the common sense part. Okay, so we ask this, honoring the partnership, it's an honor. You know what honor is? It's not a contract. Honor is a handshake. Hello? That for me, that has got more, because if I don't trust you, contract won't help. If I trust you, I don't need a contract. Hello? So this is a handshake. I'm sorry? Yeah, we don't want written contract anyway. I don't want to force you to do anything. This is a completely voluntary business and everybody is free. The beauty is, I can either have 500 employees or 500 IBOs. If I have 500 IBOs, then I don't have any liability. I don't have to pay them salary. I don't have to give them benefits. If out of 500, 50 stop performing, what do? Get another 50. Hello? So, this is what honoring the partnership means. The word of your honor is that if we are working together, you agree to do these things. You should have hunger for knowledge. B and C is hunger for knowledge. B and C, in my opinion, is what builds the asset. A is the business. Without that, there is no business. Without the volume, there is no business. Okay? Without selling the product, there is no business. But number 2 and 3 is what really unites people. Gives you an asset that can go on forever because people are listening to the right things and doing the right things. Yeah? Next slide, please. Okay. There is something called 100% PIN here, where we recommend 3 to 5 appointments a week. We recommend 200 PV for single, 300 PV for couple personal volume, inclusive of customer volume and your personal consumption. Third, use products and develop retail customers to enable 2 above. Yeah. Attend all BWW events, read from books recommended by Brit Worldwide, subscribe to BSM technology, be teachable, be accountable, be in communication with upline coach mentor, includes huddle play, huddle and counseling. This is what we call the 9 steps. Listen to me, might seem like a lot of information, but if I can simplify anything to 9 steps, that's pretty simple, right? This is all we do. Everybody does 9 steps. The new guy, the founder's crown ambassador, we do 9 steps. It's not like a job where this guy is doing something, that guy is doing something, this guy is doing something else. You don't even know what this guy is doing. And he doesn't know what you're doing. Here we are all duplicating. We're doing the same thing. Okay? Next, please. And you can study this later if it is too much information. Okay? qualify a double eagle. There's something called Ruby, right? First is you go eagle. Eagle means what? You have a minimum of 6 legs. Yeah, step 1 and step 2. So honoring the partnership, right? And 100%. Okay. They're honoring the partnership and they're 100% pin. Okay, you got 6 legs like that. That's your well said. What if it takes you a year to get 6 legs? Is that a bad thing? This is fantastic. Okay, what if nothing happens for a year except internal growth? Are you okay with that? If you say no, you are in the E quadrant. I'm telling you, it is just a universal truth. Pick up any book about anybody that succeeded in anything. Open challenge. If they don't have a setback, failure year, they cannot have growth. It doesn't happen in life. Yes? Okay. Yeah. Eagle Plus is when you have 9 legs with people doing step 1 and step 2 in each leg, which is honoring the partnership and 100% pin. Go double eagle is having a minimum of 12 legs with people doing step 1 and step 2 in each leg. You understand? With this profitability, the more you have like this profitability, depth is security. Depth is where you build the asset. What is the name of the game? The name of the game, Saurabh, is to help somebody make more money than they're willing to give up. Then you have security. If in one group I have 5 people, are they going to keep that income or are they going to give up? They're going to fight to keep the income. So my time involvement is reduced there. That's how you get your freedom. By focusing on others. People who focus on themselves are the ones that are still on the last day at the distribution center. What do you call it? You call it PUC, ADC, pickup center, and putting tension on everybody the last day of the month. And then they don't know what to do with the products, and some of them end up in shops and online. That's really sad. You know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, man. That what goes around comes around. I know that we don't have a situation like that in Mumbai. I don't think we don't have much in West, but it's all, a lot of it, some of it in the North, maybe, wherever it is, you know. But next, please. Not you, I know. But yeah. Profitability. 2018, Kumar Goda. There are no big shop selling issues here, right? Is there? Rarely, okay. 2018, this is what we did at Kumar's. My Seven Springs is a destination in Pennsylvania. We get our silvers and up there. We have 2 in my group now. So the whole family shows up. An amazing event. So we play all day, and at night we have events. You know, those who qualify silver, you should come to our Seventh Spring event. Ruby Rush to Diamond, we called it last year. Next. Okay. This is something you have to understand. So here, see what happens is, your goal is to help a lot of people reach the 10,000 PV level, so you get the 6% leadership bonus, yeah? Okay, so when you have somebody reach the 10,000 PV level, there is a leadership bonus that is generated. What is that amount here? See, this guy is 10,000 points. There's a leadership bonus that is generated that goes upline. How much is that? 45,600. Question is, who gets that money? Could it be just this guy? What if this guy got all 45,600, right? Because this is a 10,000 PV group, yeah? This is also a 10,000 PV group, right? Because this adds up. It is 10,000 plus 1250, right? Hello? So then, there will also be a 46,500 that should get. But that won't work. There is not an unlimited number of 46,500 generated from here. You with me? So they have a requirement. Now in this case, this guy only has 1250 on the side. When you have 1250 on the side, he doesn't keep any of the 6% bonus. Because you need 4,000 on the side to qualify for that bonus. We can't just show all this in the first day of the plan, you know, when you see it. So you need 4,000 on the side to qualify for this bonus, which is exactly why it's not a pyramid. But this guy doesn't have 4,000. So what happens is the 6% that get generated from the 1250, which is whatever additional amount it is, I can't see it from this close. Okay? 5,700 gets added to that. Now 51,300 is going up. This guy has got only 3,000 on the side. So he does not keep what? That entire amount. How much you keep depends on how much you have on the side. If you have 4,000, you'll start keeping part of it. If you have 10,000, you'll keep all of it. You understand? Which means what? Every time you have a group, you need side legs. Which is why we are talking about the Eagle program. Getting the width. Yeah? Okay, but think about it, right? Next. If you have, look at this, three different scenarios, right? This guy has gone silver, the orange circle. He's in your group. You have 4,000 on the side. How much money do you keep? What is your income? Down there, 46,512. Annual income is 5,58,144. Because you have 4,000 on the side. Yeah? And you're generating, of course, the 45,600 is going upline somewhere. Depends on who it is, right? But if you had 7,000 on the side of that same 10,000 PV leg, now you got 3 more legs with 7,000 PV. How much are you making now, monthly income? 70,000. What's your annual income? 8,42,000. So width is important. Yeah? But width is not everything though. Depth is the only way you'll get freedom. You with me? Next. Eagle structure. Okay, if you are an eagle outside your 10,000 PV, okay, and you have 10,000 on the side, how much are you making? Monthly income. 1,07,000. Annual income. About 13 lakhs. Hello? What if you are 10,000 and what is that? 20,000 PV side volume, which is Ruby. Which means you're 1 lakh qualified and 20,000 on the side, which will happen if you are it should happen if you are a double eagle on the side of your qualified leg. Here we are seeing an eagle example with higher PV, but approximately the same thing. But if you go double eagle, you'll keep more money. But here the monthly income is 1,63,000 and your annual income is 20 lakhs. Hello? The good, you like it? Will it happen quickly in 2 months? Will it happen straight up like this? Will it happen like this? Up and down, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Will you feel frustrated? Here and there? Little angry sometimes? Yeah. But if you're reading, you'll get less and less angry. Okay? And will you be, if there is, see, I'll tell you when you should quit. When your upline founder's double diamond tells you that you should quit, that's when you quit. Other than that, don't. Because if we see something totally unusual about you, if we feel you don't stand a chance, we'll come and tell you. Till then, don't do anything. Whatever you're going through, normal. Okay? Alright. So next. Ruby side volume. Oh, this is where it comes. Shankar, thank you. This is what I was looking for. If you had Ruby side volume through 12 legs, you're making 24 lakhs. How many of you can get excited about extra 24 lakhs? So what you really need to do is focus on that double eagle structure. Which is what? 12 launch legs. Start with 3, then go to 6, then keep on doing this as you're working depth. Now, there might come a point where through huddle, play huddle, your mentor tells you, look, you don't have to get that 12th right now because you got a lot of work going on here in depth, you may have to go in there. But till you hear that, go double eagle. Most people in here, I think 99%, everybody sitting in here really should go double eagle. It's your first order of business. Ruby is happiness. I've never seen unhappy Ruby. Okay, this sets the foundation because now how many 7,500 PV legs is diamond? 6, okay? Cyclo, okay? It is 6, okay? When you have all these groups, you will be able to pick the correct 6 ones to help you qualify. If you only have 6, then you have to pick that 6 and you will set yourself up for frustration. Okay, so get that width, launch the people properly. That's another extra. It might take a couple of years, guys, 3 years, 4, I don't care. But think about it. You know, where are you going to make asset-based income of 24 lakhs? Anywhere else, how long will it take? Huh? In real estate? Real estate? Karna hai abhi aapko real estate? Huh? You want to do real estate? You want to get into a shady deal where you can't sleep at night? Where you have to give cash half, 60% cash, 40% this, that and the other, you know, and then you invest and then the builder cops out on you. Sab hota hai, boss. Or you put, how much money you have to put in the bank to make 24 lakhs in interest? Huh? Yeah. 4 crore. 4 crores you have to invest to make 24 lakhs a year. You can do that if you want. As soon as you find the 4 crores, you can do it. This is not going to be that easy 1, 2, 3. But we need dedication, guys. I'll just tell you that. अरे सब भाग गए आप लोग यार. अच्छा हमारा खबर एंथनी तीनों भाग गए. एंथनी तो आप ही है. लंबाई.
एंड इट्स जस्ट बिगनिंग. ये शुरुआत है. आप में से कोई ये कंफ्यूज नहीं कीजिएगा. कुमार भाई ने कहा तब यही डेस्टिनेशन है. इसके आगे ये तो एक फाउंडेशन है, लेकिन अगर इसको आपने ठीक से कंटिन्यू किया और एक एक लेग्स ब्रेक करते चले गए, तो यू थिंक अबाउट योर एमरल्ड शिप एंड देन साइड वॉल्यूम, एंड देन यू थिंक अबाउट योर डायमंड शिप एंड देन साइड वॉल्यूम, वेयर द मनी विल गो. More than that, but it all depends upon your right foundation, that is ruby rush to go diamond. I have said this thing in one my speech, that is called ruby bridge. I talked about ruby bridge कि आप यहाँ एक नदी के इस किनारे पर हो, you are sitting here, और नदी का वो किनारा डायमंड शिप है. Now there are two ways to go there. आप इस किनारे से शुरू करते हो, एक नया आइलैंड आता है, that is founders platinum. 10,000 करोड़ कभी छूट सकता है. फिर वहां जाके लोग कुछ कंफर्ट में चले गए, कुछ दुखी हो गए फ्रस्ट्रेशन से. अगेन फ्रॉम दैट आइलैंड यू स्टार्ट टू गो टू अनदर आइलैंड विच इज एमरल्ड आइलैंड. यू अगेन टेक शिप, गो देयर. वहां थोड़ा अच्छी कॉलोनी है, हैबिटेशन है, अब आप वहां रुक भी सकते हो. कुछ लोग ज्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए तो सोचेंगे पता नहीं क्या, वो रियल एस्टेट और ये सब बातें. अगेन फ्रॉम दैट एमरल्ड आइलैंड टू गो टू दैट बैंक दैट इज डायमंड. नाउ इफ यू मेक ए ब्रिज फ्रॉम दैट कॉर्नर वेयर यू आर प्लैटिनम और ईगल एंड मेक ए रूबी ब्रिज डायरेक्टली टू देयर, तो आपको इतने सारे आइलैंड्स, इतने सारे शिप्स बदलने भी नहीं होंगे, एंड यू विल गो स्मूथ वे टू देयर डायमंड शिप. दैट्स ऑल अबाउट रूबी ब्रिज.
Love it, love it, love it. Excellent. And you want to add anything, Ankur?
See, Ruby bonus 2% that is written over here. Ruby is the only way to freedom, really, because that is when you're making money which is really dependable and really big in amount. It's really awesome. So that should be the goal for everyone.
And the way Kumar bhai says, when you have 3 legs, we are all depending on 3 legs. You know, कि ये 3 करेंगे तो मेरा emerald हो जाएगा और ये 6 करेंगे तो मेरा diamond हो जाएगा. Here more people are fighting for the pin. That brings a lot of peace of mind, right? And it all starts. See, when we talk about the process, it is not only we are learning about the launching of new people. HTP is a great term to learn. You know, honoring the partnership. I mean, it has very wide meaning with Brit Worldwide, with coaches. But doing 100 PV in first 5 days, and that's not retail volume, it's a loyalty volume, right? And it does not require credit card and ITZ card. You know, it brings a lot of peace of mind. So it is not only for new people, it's for people who really want to build business also. So we all must learn the term honoring the partnership. And there's another great term need to learn is a huddle, play huddle. If we learn all these things, I'm very sure we all will shine out in a big way.
So your son is also building the business, right?
Yeah.
So you are in Surat.
I'm in Surat.
Surat, I have seen Arun bhai with the small apartment, छोटा सा apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, where the hot water was not coming. कुछ था ना? कुछ लफड़ा था. क्या था वो?
It was a small apartment, 1,200 square feet home. It was on EMI.
And now you have a house. How many square feet?
3,600 square feet.
And fully paid.
Fully paid.
Fully paid. Okay. Is it because of some other investment or this business?
Because of this opportunity, because of blessing of our coach and mentor, you know, I could send Kurtar to the USA. We studying there from last 2.5 years. This is the 3rd year. और मुझे एक भी बार EMI नहीं लेना पड़ा. एक भी बार उसकी एक भी फीस भरने के लिए टेंशन नहीं लेना पड़ा. I remember after completing MBA, he called me one day कि पापा एक और कोर्स है मैं अगर कर लूँ तो अच्छा है, you know. I am very sure he was asking only for a fees purpose. That's it. And और मैंने बोला अच्छा है तो कर ले. That's it. You know.
But he is also building the business.
आपका बेटा हॉस्टल में भी रहेगा तो आपको चिंता हो जाएगी और 12,000 माइल दूर जाएगा तो बहुत चिंता हो जाएगी. बट कुमार भाई ने मुझे उस दिन बोला चिंता क्यों करता है, अपना बेटा ही तो न्यू जर्सी आ रहा है. एंड ही टूक 2 बिग कार. 6 लड़के जा रहे थे न्यू जर्सी, उनको लेने गए. 6-7 घंटा लगाया, उनको जहाँ जाना था ड्रॉप किया. 2 केस भर के एनर्जी ड्रिंक, फूड बार सब कुछ दिया. ये हमारे रिश्तेदार नहीं करते. यू नो, इट्स ऑल हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ
रिश्तेदार के बाद है ही नहीं एनर्जी ड्रिंक कहाँ देगा. Brit Worldwide, give them a big hand, guys. You have no. I mean, it's amazing. Brit Worldwide has also, over the years, been through challenges, but you never see it because It's always been there to serve you throughout the country. Okay, so I want to thank them. Now, before we wrap up, why don't we all share something that people can go away with? You know, the biggest challenge you have faced in this business, and the most memorable thing, and how you overcame that challenge. What did you face? What bothered you the most? You know, Arun, you can start with you.
It's always the quality of people, you know. Finally, at the end of day, what we are looking is a more secure, predictable business. When I listen hundreds of times from our coach's mouth that on first day EDC हो जाता है, first day founders double diamond हो जाता है, that is exactly what we want, you know. एक बार मैंने call किया था and that was 31st and he said कि मैं तो movie देख रहा हूँ, you know. और मैं 2 बार मुझे मौका मिला कुमार भाई के घर पे रहने का, that was 2009 and 2013 और हमेशा वो last 3 days था month का, you know. और बहुत सारे लोगों से कन्वर्सेशन कर रहे थे वो लोग, बहुत बातें कर रहे थे, बट मैंने कहीं ये नहीं देखा कि पीवी की बात करते वो लोग. दे वर टॉकिंग अबाउट फंक्शंस एंड नंबर एंड रिलेशनशिप. कहीं ये नहीं बोला करुण थोड़ी देर रुक जा, मैं थोड़ा एक ऑर्डर करके आता हूँ पीयूसी पे, ऐसा कहीं कुछ भी नहीं था. उन्होंने किसी को कॉल पे ये नहीं बोला मेरा ITZ कार्ड है, कुछ रुक गया तो जरा कर लेना भैया, यू नो. सो व्हाट आई केप्ट लिसनिंग फ्रॉम ईयर्स टुगेदर. और जो मैंने शुरू में देखा था, सी व्हाई आई गॉट अट्रैक्टेड. मैं रिलायंस में रहता, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जरूर हो जाता था, यू नो, बट वेयर आई वॉज sold out to their lifestyle, their peace of mind, the luxury, and I could exactly see that. And the area of concern for me, for years of time, if you ask me, to create that kind of organization. And the process has given me the confidence. It's exactly 180 degree away from that. It gives me a lot of command, lot of confidence and leverage over my candidates and my team. And I'm so super excited that we are right on the right path with the right mentorship. Right?
You know what, this business has been an absolute roller coaster ride, but it's been, I personally, me and Taru, we feel that college has never ended for us. That's how we feel in this business. You know, when Taru came to Bangalore just before our marriage for a month, she had a project that she somehow figured out at her company in Bangalore. She wanted to spend some time with me. And she got to spend time with our entire team in that 1 month. This was before we got married. I was a gold producer at that time, and we had a humming team. And she felt that doesn't look like these guys have become professionals. It felt to her as if it was just a dorm life, a college life, because we were just having the time of our life. And even today, when her cousins were 15 and 20 years old, or mine, they come and stay with us for a month or 2 months, they get sold out without seeing the plan. Because they get sold out with the environment in the house, the energy in the house, with the fun that we have. We are watching movies, eating food, laughing, cutting it out, and just talking about the future. I mean, I think that is priceless. Correct? What price can you put to that thing? Because I think that excitement just keeps you young forever. I'm going to my school's 25th reunion this weekend. This Sunday there's a reunion. And so they put me on that WhatsApp group. And everybody's posting their own pictures. And I feel like calling all of them uncle because I can't make out. I mean, they're like, everybody's like totally out of color and out of shape. And I think credit goes to Brit Worldwide in this business. Because it has just kept us thinking young, acting young, and being young. And we are always sponsoring 22-year-olds. We are always in that same mindset. I mean, if you look at Kumar and if you listen to him, nobody can guess that he's got children who are grown up. If you're with him, if you're backstage, you will just fall laughing. And I think that's what adds years to your life. Because when you're thinking about problem all the time, everything starts graying and everything starts bloating and expanding because that's not the life you wish. So I think the biggest blessing you have apart from all the money and all the trips and everything, I think you will be blessed with eternal youth inside and outside if you really build this business and put your heart into it.
So, मुझे भी कुछ चैलेंजेस आए थे. ऐसा नहीं था कि सीधे सीधे मैंने बिजनेस कर लिया. लेकिन जो सबसे पहली चुनौती मेरे लिए थी वो मेरा अपने अंदर का संघर्ष ही था, माय इंटरनल स्ट्रगल. मुझे इस बात को विश्वास करने में वक्त लगा. मैं सीरियस बिजनेस में हो गया लेकिन इस बात को विश्वास करने में वक्त लगा मुझे कि जो मैं करने जा रहा हूं उससे मुझे वही मिलेगा जो मैं चाह रहा हूं। मैं बहुत अच्छी नौकरी में था, ऑलरेडी अच्छी जिंदगी थी, बहुत लोग एस्पायर करते हैं वैसी जिंदगी के लिए, लाखों लोग एग्जाम देते हैं तो कुछ लोग क्वालिफाई करते हैं, तो मेरे पास वो सब चीजें थी। लेकिन इस बिजनेस में जब आया तो मेरे पास शुरू में यही प्रश्न थे, क्या सच में ये वो सब दे देगा जो मुझे चाहिए? क्योंकि मैं संजय की तरह मैं था तो नहीं, या मैं कृष्ण की तरह था तो नहीं कि छाती चीर के लाइव टेलीकास्ट अगले 20 साल का दिखा दूं। ये प्रेम तुम 2009 में डायमंड जा रहे हो, फिर फाउंडर डायमंड जा रहे हो, ईडीसी जा रहे हो, फाउंडर सीडीसी जा रहे हो, डबल डायमंड जा रहे हो। इस बात को मुझे विश्वास करने की चुनौती हुई। काम करने वाला मैं शुरू से था, मेहनती था, सब कुछ था, लेकिन ये चैलेंज मेरे लिए था। और ये शुरू के सीडीज से, फंक्शन से मुझे विश्वास हुआ कि अगर मणिपाल कर सकते हैं, कुमार कर सकते हैं, कांति कर सकते हैं, अनुराग कर सकते हैं, अंकुर कर सकता है, और लोग भी कर सकता है, तो वही करके मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता? और इसी चुनौती को ओवरकम मैंने शुरू में किया। दैट वाज थ्रू आउट। दूसरे ढंग के जो स्ट्रगल्स हैं वो तो हर लेवल पे आते हैं। आप फाउंडर्स प्लैटिनम जाओगे तो स्ट्रगल है, एक अलग ढंग का, आपको फिट हमेशा इरोड करेगा, जिसके लिए आपको कंसिस्टेंसी चाहिए। आप एमरल्ड जाओगे तो भी आपके अंदर में फियर होगा, डायमंड जाओगे तो भी, ईडीसी जाओगे, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग। बट जो पहली मौलिक चुनौती मेरे लिए थी वो थी कि सच में वो सब मिल जाएगा जो मुझे चाहिए, क्योंकि मुझे आजादी चाहिए थी। मुझे पैसे, अच्छी नौकरी, वो सब मैंने देखा, लेकिन आजादी चाहिए थी। अपनी शर्तों पर जीऊं, टिकट कटा के आऊं, कल जाने का नहीं मन हो तो पैसा समय मेरी बाधा न बने। इट कैनॉट बी माई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस। मैं 2 दिन नहीं जाऊंगा, अभी मेरा मुंबई में एक होटल में भी कमरा बुक है, मैं रात को अपने किसी रिलेटिव के यहां भी जा सकता हूं, मैं रात को मस्ती भी कर सकता हूं, मैं कुमार के साथ गप भी कर सकता हूं, जो सूट करे वो मैं कर सकता हूं। ऑप्शन शुड बी अवेलेबल फॉर मी। इट शुड बी लाइक दैट इन माई लाइफ, एंड दैट आई वांटेड। मुझे क्रोएशिया के कर्क आइलैंड पर जाकर 10 दिन रखकर लिखने का मन हो अपनी नई किताब, तो मैं लिखूं। और मुझे 15 दिन लगातार मीटिंग्स आफ्टर मीटिंग्स करनी हो तो उसके लिए भी मैं कर सकूं। ये दोनों ऑप्शन मेरे साथ रहे, पैसा समय बाधा न बने। दैट वाज माय बेसिक अकॉम्प्लिशमेंट। और वो मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा वही चुनौती है। दैट चुनौती हैज गिवन दिस ग्रैंड एसोसिएशन। आई मीन द स्ट्रगल विच हैज कम, ऑफ कोर्स आई ऑलवेज ओवरकेम इट। आया, अभी भी आता है। अभी भी मैं डबल डायमंड शिप गया हूं, वो मेरे मन में द्वंद्व चल रहा है कि मैं क्या करूं, इस साल फिर काम करूं कि थोड़ा रिलैक्स मार दूं, कि फिर ठीक करूं, नहीं करना है ठीक। 5 तारीख को इस बार 1000 लोगों का 100 पीवी क्लब में घुसना है, इस बार 300 लोगों के एसोसिएटी में घुसना है। दीज आर माय ऑल दो स्ट्रगल्स विच विल ऑलवेज कम टू मी। घर बना रहा हूं, घर बनाऊं कि नहीं बनाऊं, बना लूं, अच्छा बनाऊं, हाँ बनाऊं, 1 साल लगा दूंगा, फिर इधर क्या होगा, लगाऊंगा। कुछ लोग आते हैं देने के लिए, क्या प्रेम जी इतने बड़े पेंट हाउस में रहते हैं, घर बना रहे, बेकार पैसा बर्बाद कर समय। कुछ लोग आते हैं जरूर बनाओ। मैं सोचता हूं मैं बनाऊंगा तो मेरा क्या बिगड़ने वाला है यार, एक बार बना लूंगा, अगले साल फिर बोनस आएगा, उसके अगले साल फिर बोनस आएगा, चिंता किस बात की करनी है। बट ये स्ट्रगल ओवरकम करना बहुत आसान है। इट इज लग्जरी इन योर स्ट्रगल एंड दैट शुड नॉट बॉदर यू। जो सबसे बड़ी चुनौती है आपको वो है कि आपको ये विश्वास, इस बिजनेस में 2 ही समस्या है, देयर इज नो फॉलो अप, कोई क्वेश्चंस नहीं है, पैसा, समय वगैरह वगैरह। 2 क्वेश्चंस हैं जो हमेशा रहेंगे, इज इट वर्थवाइल टू बिल्ड दिस बिजनेस, एंड सेकंड, कैन आई डू इट, कैन ऑल्सो आई डू इट। क्या सच में ये बहुत अच्छा है और ये मुझसे भी हो जाएगा? और इसी 2 सवाल का जवाब अगर आप लोगों को देते रहेंगे और फेथ बनाते रहेंगे तो बिलीव मी यू विल हैव ए सॉलिड टीम।
Wonderful. Okay, one important thing I want to tell you is that there are 4 men on this stage. Our wives are not here. Anjali is home because she can't travel everywhere with me. Neither can Priyama's wife or Arun, or Bhagna or Taru or Sunita. They can't just travel just like that. They go to their primary functions in their own town. They won't miss. But I want to tell you that that doesn't diminish their role. I want to talk to the ladies in the room. You are amazing. You are amazing. Okay, what you guys do is mind blowing. Because you take I see Anjali. I mean, the kind of things she does. I keep telling her that I think that when I don't see her, like she got 10 hands. Yeah, like multiple hands. Like when I see her, she's like standing like that. But she's doing 10 things at the same time. The kids, listen, the role of women, okay? You control the attitude inside the house. I don't know, for some reason, men are pretty stupid in the house. Outside they're okay, they come and they don't know what the heck is going on half the time, right? Okay? So you control the attitude in the house, and of course, men need to be men too. Some men think that they are big shots, that they don't even, they take pride in the fact that they don't even know how to make chai. Boss, this is 2018. You better wake up. Okay? Don't be an idiot. Okay? Don't be a chauvinistic guy that wants, food to be served 3 times, 4 times. Don't be like that. Help. And, support each other. Some men are still married to their parents. Anyway, never mind. Okay? We are dedicated to our parents, we take care of our parents and all that, but you can't be completely lopsided, right? Okay? But we want you to understand, we really appreciate the women in the business. I really appreciate Anjali. She's got magic touch, man. She knows where to empower people. She just loves on people. People just feel fantastic around her. If you're around her, you'll feel better about yourself. There is no question about it. Okay? And like for example, even in New Jersey, if you go to the good Indian restaurants, the good panwala, they all know Anjali madam. She makes pan without katta, chuna and without supari. And there are 2-3 really good pan, they know it. And she'll sit in the car and they bring it to her. Anjali ma'am's khana, they know how to make it. Without too much oil, with a lot of love. You cannot mass produce khana for Anjali ma'am. Because the relationships. And also, when we cater food, the people love to come to our house because of the way we treat them. Okay? And generosity. Anjali, we have given a card to the lady that takes care of her kids. And we treat her well because she's taking care of her kids. You can't treat them like a servant. Hello? So, but you guys have the magic in the house. I want to appreciate you for all that you do, ladies. Okay? But if you are unhappy, it's going to be tough for the guy. If he's unhappy, you may not care. Men, you have to make your wife, make sure she's happy, okay? Treat her well. There is a movement in US, I don't know if it's caught on here, it's called #MeToo. Okay? You know what it is, right? It's serious. Why are you laughing? It is a very serious thing that men abuse women, right? In all kinds of situations, bad behavior, abusive behavior, improper conduct, men do that. I have been in this business since 1990, guys. I don't know, that makes it how many years? 28 years?
Yeah.
Okay? And we have thousands and thousands of people come in. Coliseums, we use hotels like nobody else. We have never had one Me Too complaint. Not one. Not one. Because we are very principle-centered, guys. We are very principle-centered. In the entire world of business, Bill Britt is the only one that I've heard. There's a cardinal rule. Don't mess with somebody else's money, ego, or spouse. He's taught it and we have maintained it. We haven't had one incident with so many people. And we don't do alcohol in our meetings. Because we're already high. No, this is the safest place for women entrepreneurs. I can't think of a better place. We are not perfect guys, but we are pretty close to it. We haven't had one complaint of, I'm sure there must have been some incidents, we are not perfect, but nothing there glaring, nothing that came to our notice and we had to take steps or somebody getting really mad or angry has not happened. Because we are very principle-centered. This is the safest place for women. And men too. Okay? And everybody is welcome here. But that is the essence of free enterprise. That's the essence of the Brit Worldwide system. And if you don't get that essence is relationship. Let me tell you the culture of Brit Worldwide. Culture of Brit Worldwide is one of uplifting people. You know how I know somebody is truly Brit Worldwide versus somebody who is not? Is when they talk about their people. Some people just talk about themselves. And I say, okay, that's fine. And they keep on hogging the time. They want to do conference calls with you, but they want to bring their people. You know, when you meet them in different locations, they're not introducing the next eagle or next double eagle or anything, just talking themselves. You know, the culture of Brit Worldwide is uplifting people, bringing people on. And I want to know if you're a platinum, if you're an eagle, I want to know who's the next eagle in your group. If you're an eagle plus, I want to know who the next eagle plus is. If you're a double eagle, I want to know who the next double eagle is. If you're an emerald, I want to know who the next emerald is. If you're a diamond, I want to know it's almost like if I say to talk to Priyamvad within 5 minutes, I want to know, have you identified the next person that's likely to be a double diamond in your group? You know, and I'm sure he has the answer for that. Okay? So that is the culture of Brit Worldwide. We are all very tight together our diamonds in New Jersey. What Ankur said is right. Manipal and us, when we get together, and of course, you're closer to the team that you're closest to. Kumar Diamonds are Kumar Diamonds. We are very close to Reddy, because Reddy is my upline. That whole diamond team is so united. The whole Alan Figueredo and Shaju and all that. And he's right. We like the same jokes. We laugh like crazy. Because we are politics free, guys. We don't have politics. It's not like you can talk to Narendra Modi and say, "Thoda hamara kar do na emerald shift, diamond shift." You can't do that. There's no chance. It happens in every other business. Here, you have to qualify. There is no chance for discrimination. Look, boss, the whole world is... One more thing, I'll give you free advice. Victim mentality. Today, everybody is playing victim. Oh, somebody's treating me bad. Oh, I'm the wrong religion. I'm the wrong color. I'm the wrong this. Feeling sorry for themselves all the time. Many people are doing that today. That is like the word. Here, we are uplifting people. People talk about unity, we actually do it. Unity doesn't mean that I have to change to become you, or you have to change to become me, or I have to be afraid of you and have to keep adjusting what I'm saying. Unity means I can be me, you can be you. We don't have to be each other, but we still work together. Bill Britt and Peggy Britt, strong Christians, very strong Christians. I mean, absolutely strong Christians. In that line of sponsorship, you come down the line, there is Kanti and Amy, Kanti and Lata, they're Jains. And then there's a whole bunch of Hindus. Watch. We have just one line of sponsorship, talking about Manipal and Praveen and Madhu, Manipal and Kumar Anjali, Ram and Shelja, Kankan and Samina, Sanjeevan, Deepa Gupta, Deepak and Aarti Khare, and Sugit and Kajal Ajmani. Sugit and Kajal Ajmani, in his group, there's a Jewish couple from Israel. Okay? Oded and Raquel. They've got Israeli accent, Pakka Israeli. You know who they sponsored? Their first diamond? Somalian couple. Yusuf Ali and Maka. Muslim, Somalian. You tell me, where else will you see this unity? Where else will you see somebody from Israel working in business with a Somalian refugee couple to US? You know that Yusuf Ali, he was building his business. He was going from, you should hear him speak, man. He's a reading machine. He reads like crazy and he talks like a machine gun. I'll tell you what, when he kept crossing the border to build the business to Canada, ICE, ICE. What does ICE stand for? Basically Homeland Security, ICE. They used to pull him up every time because his name is Yusuf Ali. Immediately he was on the list. But you know what? He never played victim. He didn't say, "Oh, why are you ill-treating me?" He just kept going for those interviews every time he crossed the border. Now, ICE agents are his customers. That is what you do. You don't whine and complain and yeah. We are winners. We find solutions. He could have complained saying, "I'm being discriminated against," and waste all his energy in that negative victim mentality. He turned it into a positive. And we've got unbelievable. Nick and Steph Nuoki has got people in their group that were doing drugs, selling drugs. There was one guy in his group, his nickname is Snow. Snow is for white powder, cocaine. He was dealing cocaine. That was nickname is Snow. Nick pulled him out of it. 19-year-old guy, by the time he was 23, is mentoring 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds to get out of drug dealing and becoming good citizens by helping them make asset-based income. You tell me where else this happens. Tell me where else this happens. Doesn't happen anywhere else. I can tell you story after story after story. Nick's mom was his sixth leg for diamondship. And her husband left her a long time ago. So Nick grew up without a father figure in his life. Unbelievable stories. He freed her. He said, "Mom, I make so much money, you don't have to go to work." We went for a retirement. And she got out of the building. Short lady, she's Filipino. His father was African. She's a short lady. She came back, tears in her eyes. She came out, "My son retired me." And she wanted to go on a pilgrimage to Israel. It was her dream. He sent her last month, paid for everything, and he went there. This is what we do in this business. Okay, we do things that people want to do, but think about doing, they cannot do. I would say, one of the things this business taught me is giving. Get into a habit of giving. In our budgeting, we teach people, give something every week. See how great it feels. Giving is the most selfish thing you can do. You know that? Giving is the most selfish thing you can do, because when you give, you can sleep so well. And you feel so good about yourself. Get into the habit of giving, even if it is 10 rupees a week. Something to someone deserving who cannot possibly pay you back in return. Someone deserving though. You know, this is all principles we learned. And finally, I'll tell you, Bill Britt talked to us about the power of the spoken word. This is the biggest gift. He has taught me a lot of things, but the things that stays in my mind, and I can never finish a talk really without talking about it, is speaking what you want like you already have it. Bill Britt taught us that words are seeds. Okay? He taught us that your brain has to be protected. Your self-image depends on how much positive you have in your brain versus negative. If you have more negative than positive, you have a net negative self-image. Most people have a negative self-image because they have net negative in their brain. Why? Because negative is automatic. If you don't deliberately put positive in your head, you're already negative. You might think you're positive, but you are negative. Because negative is automatic. If you have a piece of land that is uncultivated, apples don't grow automatically. Weed grows automatically. And once negative is in your brain, you can't forget it. Because the mechanism for deleting information from your brain is to forget. You really cannot forget anything, Saurabh. You know why? Because you have to remember what you're trying to forget. You can't forget it. So anything is in your brain, negative is there. What do you do now? You can't delete it, but you can dilute it. You can put so much positive that the negative is still there, but it is diluted. And the way you do that is association with the right people, reading and listening, and also most importantly, the words that come out of your mouth, because the words that come out of your mouth, who listens to it first? You do. You do. Okay? And that goes right back into your brain. So if you have any limitations in your life, don't give it life with your words. Like if you are afraid of talking to people, don't keep saying, I'm afraid of talking to people. Change that programming. Say, I used to be afraid of talking to people, not anymore, now I'm great at talking to people. Initially you won't believe it because you've told yourself something negative for many years. But if you keep on repeating it, it's positive information that goes in your brain. People live at the level which they speak. You know how they say in Hindi, shub shub bolo? That's got a lot of power to it. You show me somebody that's negative today, I'll show you how they were speaking 6 months ago. Show me somebody that is speaking right now, I'll tell you how they'll live 6 months from now. Find somebody in your life right now that is negative and think about how they were speaking. It all has to do with words. So Bill said, speak what you want like you already have it. And don't speak what you don't want even if you have it. Powerful. And also I want to talk. Many people have come from long distance here. I see Sunny and Anita, great students of the business from Delhi, right? Who else has come? I see. Huh? Yeah, very good, RKG, very good. Good to see you. जोधपुर, विनय, बैंगलोर, या उड़ीसा. उड़ीसा से इसके लिए आए आप? नहीं. क्या यार? ये राम की, या जगमीत, ऐसा, या, हाँ? इंदौर, no? Where are you? इंदौर, हाँ? Who's that? कोलकाता. कौन है कोलकाता से? हाँ? ऊपर, हाँ, very good, excellent. Many people are coming from Priyambad all the way, right?
From Patna.
Pawan ji from Patna. Very good, very good. Oh, तो मस्त बैठे हैं यार. Shit, आप बोल रहे हो? और कोई बोलो मेरा नाम? ऐसे बैठे. Anybody else? Samir from Goa. Huh? Anybody? Baroda. हाँ, Raj. Where are you, Raju? No, but these are people that we are in constant communication with. Our group is very unified. I don't have authority or access to every group, okay, because many are cross-line. And I know that Kulin's team is here from Gujarat, most of you. I think they are good now. Huh?
So, मजा आया? तैयारी हो गई है? One thing is damn sure that best practices with common sense is your answer. And that is going to help your business in future also and this year also. God bless and see you again.